it's played out. And every game ever since I've been drunk enough. That's how it worked.
Okay, so I got 2 comments on that. So
Okay,
I've
sure.
known Drunk for a little while now since we've been streaming. I never knew that backstory, so I missed that. Secondly, you're saying there was a chance your Twitch name could have been Sexy Enough.
If the girl hadn't taken it, yeah.
I mean, there was a chance that right now we could be doing our Beer Brigade Spotlight with Sexy Enough. Wow. Okay. Well, that's what I got out of that. That's what I got out of it. I love it.
But
dude.
my thing is, why aren't you like Mountain Dew enough?
Yeah.
Right.
And now I give you
Hold on.
Majestic. And yes, I understand you use the Fun Pimps. Actually, no, I don't. I've never talked to the Fun Pimps on Skype ever. Well, no. I take that back. I talked to Gaz on Skype. My bad, dude. Totally made myself look like a liar. It's what Matt and I used whenever we would go on I'd go on a date and we would stream. He would Skype me in. That was the program we used. You know what I mean? So there we go, guys. We got Drunkenuff. So Drunkenuff, welcome to the channel, brother.
What's up?
So I'm gonna throw Spitfire some. God,
Jesus,
damn
White
it,
Marsala.
White Marsala. God.
Now I have one thing. You need to have Beer Brigade ties.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I thought you meant I had to go put one on now. I was like, dude, I'm not doing this interview in a tie. Are you wearing a tie?
I am wearing a tie. It's a special occasion for you guys. A tie.
Oh my god, guys, he's wearing a tie. This is amazing.
Yeah, spotlight. Might as well do it right.
Shut up, Malgus.
Can you guys hear Drunk Enough okay?
Yeah, let us know how the sound is on Drunkenuff, guys. That way we can go ahead and proceed with the stuff. So, and
What's
Drunk,
up, guys?
you may hear my kids in the background. Just to let you know, because Skype doesn't have the filter. So,
No worries, no worries. Well,
So-
let me applaud you guys specifically. Good call on using Skype. Discord is all kinds of messed up tonight. It'll be Friday the 13th, and there's gonna be crazy stuff going all around, and I'm sure they're getting DDoS like crazy.
we have matching cams. What are you talking about? All right, guys. So we're really excited. Okay, we're gonna start out with some basic stuff when it comes to Drunkenuff, right? Because I kind of feel like I could use a little up on Drunk's volume to match yours. Okay, sounds good. So start with some pretty simple, basic questions, because I have a lot of questions that I personally want to ask for Drunk.
Sure.
And if you guys haven't noticed, like, the thing is that the Beer Brigade spotlights have been a lot of me kind of digging into our members as well. A little bit about who they are. I learned a lot about Arkham that I didn't know. And it also kind of showed the varying contrast of why we do something, why they may do something, and that is the beauty of all the diverse streams that are out there. Okay, so Drunk, let's start with this.
Mm-hmm.
When did you start streaming?
2013.
2013. So Drunk's been around for 4 years. How long has Twitch platform been around? About 6-7 years?
About 5.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Twitch just had their, I believe they just had their 6th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm closing in on my 5th. Yeah.
So you closed in on your 5th year. Wow. God. So I would probably say that Drunk is probably our most veteran person on Twitch, which makes this, like I said, very interesting with us because Matt and I've been doing this, we're going on like our 19th month, something like that, 19th, 20th month, which seems very, I mean, we're still calling it months, whereas, you know, Drunk's going to be calling it centuries soon. So that being said, you have not always been, obviously, in 7 days, right?
No.
So how many different games have you found yourself floating in your channel?
Well, I started off, give a little backdrop. I did 15 years in the Army. I have a communications degree.
Thank you for your service.
For university, no problem. So talking has never been a problem for me. So with the communication degree, plus what I did in the military as a 96 Bravo Intel analyst, I talked to high-ranking people where I had to do briefings and so forth. So talking hasn't been an issue. Whereas after I got out of the Army, I did some community stuff, worked in a grocery store, and did that. While I was in the grocery store, I hurt my shoulder, had nerve damage in my shoulder for a while, and I just couldn't work anymore. And so while I was waiting to determine if I can go back or not, I was looking on the internet, see if there's anything. I like playing video games. I've been playing video games since Dungeons and Dragons pen and paper back in the 70s. And I've played Wizardry and EverQuest and whatnot. And I wanted to play something online. And then I realized there was this platform called Twitch. And it intrigued me. And I got to watching people. I got to befriend some people on Twitch and so forth. And one of them that I befriended explained to me how I could start streaming, and it just seemed like a natural for me. And so the games that I always wanted to get into was MMOs because I was an EverQuest guy, and the only MMO at that time outside of World of Warcraft, which I had no interest in getting into because what they did to EverQuest, but that's a whole different story, was WildStar, which ended up being a flop. But I
liked it, but you're right.
Yeah, WildStar was a flop overall. And I played that for about 3 weeks. I got enough traction. And one of the things I'm going to talk about tonight, because I know people are going to ask about how to start streaming and so forth. One of the things I always recommend, and this is crucial to build a good foundation for your stream. Before you start streaming, hang out in chats like Bearded Gaming Guys or someone who's got, let's say, over 5,000 followers, and get into their streams and get to know people. Be active, chat, talk, maybe become a mod or something in one of those channels. That way your name is known. And then when you start streaming, those people will gravitate to you. All right, I did that for a long time. There was a guy, Luckland for the Win. I hanged out in his chat for a long time. I got to know a lot of people from that. And that was a Minecraft channel. But I enjoyed him, and I learned a lot from him. As a streamer, I watched him and I critiqued him, and I learned things I like to do that he did, and things that he did I didn't like. And so I took that from him, and I started crafting that my own way. So I started with WoW, and then I went to Smite because some of my friends were playing Smite, and I played Smite for 3 years, and that was my, I guess you would say, my big game that got me a lot of follows at the time. So, and that led from Smite, it led into a couple of games, and then it led into 7 Days.
Okay. All right, so out of that, by the way, that's the quietest I've been in a long time.
I know.
Holy shit! This Beer Brigade Spotlight has really taught me to be very reserved.
Joe quiet for longer than 3 minutes.
So let's talk about a couple things I want to pull out of this. Okay. So a couple things I picked out of this. First off, thank you very much for your service. I know I already said that. I feel like that gets watered down a lot because people say that all the time. At the same time, it's because people do their jobs in the service and do that kind of stuff that I'm able to do what I'm doing now.
Wait,
so
we get an exclamation mark Horde space 284 in the chat.
Hold on. Let's stop the interview so we can check when Horde Night is.
I'm the only one in the game.
Stop the press.
So you did service. I really appreciate that, man. In the Army, we're real quick just to kind of get a little bit more about Drunk, in general.
Thank you.
Any overseas things? You been always stateside? Anything exciting that you've seen?
I've been to war. No, real quick on my military background. I started off, I went to basic training in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Went to Fort Huachuca, Arizona for my advanced training. Then I was sent to Germany for a couple years. And then I went to Fort Campbell for 5 years, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And then while I was in Campbell, I spent 6 months in Qatar for those, QATAR, out in the Middle East. I was at a logistics spot there when, I don't know if y'all remember there was an event that happened was when the Kobar Towers collapsed, the Air Force, when there was a bombing there, killed a lot of Air Force people. I was actually there at the time.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I was there for 3 days TDY. But anyways, when I got back to Fort Campbell, then I went to, let me think, I went to Korea for a year, South Korea, obviously. And then I'm from Korea, I went to Miami, Florida.
Whoop, whoop. Florida high. Sorry.
I got all kinds of Florida stuff. I love Florida. I love the U, baby. The U.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well,
Matt's Gators fan.
Better than the Gators right now. But anyways.
All right, this interview's over.
Oh, great. That just ended the interview like that, guys.
Hey, y'all beat Kentucky, all right? Y'all beat Kentucky. You got props on that. All right. We're just waiting for basketball season. Anyways. But
only 31 years in a row.
After Miami, I went to I was an instructor out at Fort Huachuca for a few years, and then I went from there to Atlanta. And when I was at Atlanta, I went to Baghdad for a couple years.
Woot woot drunk.
Sorry, getting a little bit of a host there.
Oh,
Thank
no.
you, Josh,
Zony.
coming in.
Awesome, Zony.
Thank you for that 6-month resub, Zony.
Doesn't take much to beat Kentucky.
Yeah. Well, we have a saying here at Kentucky basketball or Kentucky University. You beat us once in football, we'll beat your ass twice in basketball. That's usually true.
And Josh, thank you for that host.
So your military background, I mean, I think that's something that I missed out on. My family was all Air Force, and I never got the I was going to go into it, and I ended up not going into it. And I graduated in 2001, and that was the year 9/11 happened. And it's funny because I was going into it, and I decided last minute to go ahead and go to college first, and then the World Trade Center got hit, and that was right after that.
I tell you, we're go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, life changed, and I kind of thought, maybe there was a reason I never did go into it for something, something maybe stopped me from doing it. I don't know. Being 34 years old, on my way to 35, I wish I had the experience from the military that people get, but I'm very grateful and thankful to people that we have MacDill Air Force Base down here in Tampa, so I'm very thankful of all the military people that have done what they've done for our country. So
absolutely.
So to go back to your streaming, you've been doing this since 2013. You started doing a Twitch platform. You said you got hurt. You were disabled.
Well, my left shoulder. Yeah, I got nerve damage. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got nerve damage on your shoulder. So when you decided to start doing this, were you like, hey, this is like a good way to get some supplemental income, just like a hobby, and then it's kind of changed into something else? What would you say? What would you say where you were at when you started and you're at now?
Well, I kind of had a lucky break. I was savvy enough to save up a lot of money while I was working, and plus from the military, I saved up quite a bit of money. So when I started streaming, I didn't have to use it as an income source. I was fortunate enough where, like I said, I had a lot of money in my bank account, so I didn't have to worry about, oh dear, I gotta make this a living.
Yeah.
And so forth. So I had that nest egg, so to speak, where I didn't have no pressure, just go along with my streaming and see how it develops, and if it comes into something nice, then I could use this as a financial platform.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that worry where a lot of people are like, I need to make money now. I gotta make it work. Yeah. The stress of making it happen. I didn't have that.
And now, not to get too deep into your personal side of it, but do you find now that you've been doing this so long? I mean, like I said, this is going to lead to other questions. So
sure.
But do you find now that you've been doing this so long that you want to just continue doing this, continue going and making something out of it, like you've been doing, and you already have a community? People know Drunkenuff. You're already a name. Is this something that you want to continue doing, or do you have a plan for a long-term thing for this?
The way I look at it as, and I've tried to explain this to my viewers on several occasions, I consider everyone an equal person in my channel. They're like, I don't care if you sub, I don't care if you donate, I don't care if you give bits, I don't care if whatever. You are who you are, and you're part of my community, you're part of my family, and you're my social network, right? I eat, sleep, stream. And you guys are my social network.
Yeah.
All right. I sound like an 18-year-old playing that never goes out anywhere. That's what it sounds like. But I prefer to keep streaming as long as I can and meet new people on my stream and other streams and be connected with them.
Yeah.
That's what I like. That's my how do I look at that's what I look forward to. When I sleep, I dream of streaming.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, and like I said, what I love about with you doing this, I've been kind of looking forward to this, because the problem with yours is a little more complex to me in this spotlight, because I have so many questions out of the one statement you make that makes me want to ask 5 other questions on it. So I'm gonna try to keep myself in line, in order to remember them.
Yeah.
But you just said something there, you eat, sleep, dream, and that goes to your long streams. So when we first became introduced to Drunk, it was because every time I looked at your damn channel, I saw this 24-hour stream or this long-ass stream online stream. I was like, who is this guy that is always streaming? And so I don't want to talk about those yet. I don't want to talk about that yet, because I kind of want to go in a little more depth, because I think that you can offer a lot of insight on those, and I'd love to hear your opinions on it, stuff like that. So I'm going to try to bring it back to when you first started streaming and stuff like that. Where did the name Drunkenuff come from? I mean, you knew this was coming. And actually, I'm going to be honest with you.
No, that's fine. I get these questions a lot. No, that's fine.
I do not know where this is from.
It's a long story, but I'll cut it short.
Okay.
Okay. Back when I was in the Army, I used to play card games all the time.
Hey, Koala.
Anybody in the military will know this. When there's downtime, you play cards, right? Especially back in the day before the internet. So you get to learn how to be spades. You got to learn how tonk, euchre, hearts, et cetera, et cetera. Anything that involves money, right? Because you play with the brothers want to bet, right? The brothers always want to gamble with money. So they're sitting there with wads of cash in their hand, ready to play tonk, play euchre, and all that stuff, right? So you either learn to be good or you learn to lose all your money. Well, I got really good at spades. I was really good at the rest of the games too. They didn't like playing with me unless it was dominoes or something like that. So I was really good at spades. And there, when the internet dial-up era, whatever, that era, right?
That was such a good sound.
There was a website called Cases Ladders. And I don't even know how I found it, but whatever. I started playing on that. I was really good in the rankings and so forth. But anyways, after a while on there was a group of people, and this is when I was down in Miami, Florida. There was a group of people that was playing on there. They all found out we were all living in Florida. They wanted to meet up for a little group get-together offline, like a little mini-con, so to speak. So we did that down there near Homestead, a little bit closer to Key West. And there was like 18, 20 of us. And we were all shooting the shit, drinking all day, playing cards, get together, getting to know each other and stuff. And near the end of it, someone says, we should have a family name, to represent, we're all together and so forth. We're all friends. And someone said, well, what about Enough? And we're like, what do you mean? And one girl goes, I'll be sexy enough. I'm like, okay. And one girl goes, I'll be cherry enough. And another guy is like, I'll be never enough. And I'll be Joe enough. And I looked down and I had a beer in my hand and went, I'll be drunk enough. And that's how it's played out. And every game ever since, I've been drunk enough. That's how it worked.
Okay, so I got 2 comments on that. So
Okay,
I've
sure.
known Drunk for a little while now since we've been streaming. I never knew that backstory, so I've missed that. Secondly, you're saying there was a chance your Twitch name could have been Sexy Enough.
If the girl hadn't taken it, yeah.
I mean, there was a chance that
Small.
right now we could be doing our Beer Brigade Spotlight with Sexy Enough. Wow. Okay. Well, that's what I got out of that. That's what I got out of it. I love it,
But
dude.
my thing is, why aren't you like Mountain Dew enough?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, but back in the day, he said he had a beer in his hand.
But I've never. But the thing is, like,
I've drank on stream before.
Okay. All right. I never.
I
I never thought of that.
I've never seen, like, out of all of the times we've been in your channel and all this, like, out of this year or whatever that we've known you, I've never seen you drink. It's always been Mountain Dew. So
I pull out Heinekens every once in a while, drink some Heineken.
okay.
I've actually never had a Heineken ever. I've never had a Heineken. So that's pretty awesome, man. So I like
That's
the
cool.
origination. Well, okay, now that's gonna leave the next part.
Mm-hmm.
Peanuts. What the hell? What's the peanuts?
Okay, well, all right, a couple things about streaming, and I don't want to get into great detail about this, but if you're starting to stream, again, there's certain aspects of starting a stream you should or shouldn't have. And one of the things I always encourage everyone is to have a niche, right? Be something unique and different that you're memorable, so that when you start a stream and they go, okay, well, there's this person or that person. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. Let me go back and check this person's stream out.
Zony.
Right? It could be a beard. It could be big tatas. It could be a really pretty face, a really nice voice, or it could be even something outside the box. You could have a pet that you hang around, that you show your dog or your cat or your hamster or whatever, or something that's unique about you. Well, a part of that uniqueness is also setting a theme for your channel, right? Drunkenuff. Well, where would you see someone who's drunk enough? Probably at a bar, right? So let's have a bar theme. Waitresses, a bartender. And what do they serve at a bar while you're waiting for a beer?
Peanuts.
Peanuts. Bada bing, bada boom. So
Okay.
there you go.
I like it. So to go back to Sexy Enough, what do you think your channel uniqueness would have been at
I don't
the
know.
Sexy bar?
Probably
dollars?
probably stream. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
All right.
Who knows?
So I like it. I love discovering this, guys. For any of you guys that are coming in the channel, on Friday nights we're trying to do our Beer Brigade Spotlight. So we have about 32 members on the team. And the idea behind it is to kind of bring some more exposure to those guys, make sure that our community is familiar with our team. You know, we promote them all the time. We say, hey, go check out our team member so-and-so, go check out this. We host them. But at the same time, we want to make sure you guys see there's a connectivity to that team as to what we're doing, right? I've watched Drunk plenty of times, okay? Drunk, I like him for a couple things. Been around a really long time. He always is playing some jams in his channel. That are great, and
that's another conversation.
I bet not anymore.
And he's very, very mellow, and I like it. It's very laid back streaming, and Drunk's a no bullshit kind of person, and I like it. And so because of that, I'm a big fan of his. I was very honored when he joined the Beard Brigade, and you know, so I really like that.
I think from now on, I'm gonna call Drunk sexy enough, though.
I think he's getting called sexy enough by me too. So that's what we got going on, guys. So tonight we're doing Drunkenuff. Please make sure that if you have not followed Drunkenuff, which I would find really hard to believe, but if you're in our channel and you have not followed Drunkenuff, please do me a favor and follow Drunkenuff and go check out his channel. Check it out a couple of times. Maybe you go in there one time, you're not a big fan of it, but go check him out the second time or the third time. I'm telling you, he's a great dude. So, all right. So we know where the name came from, right? Mm-hmm. We know when you started.
Yep.
We know a little bit about your background, but you were in the military, that you started streaming because you actually had an injury. So you actually started streaming that way because you already played games and all that. Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about some of the characteristics of your particular stream. Okay. You have the beard tug, and I noticed you have a purple beard.
Which I will honestly say I stole from you guys.
No. So let me say something about that.
Y'all did the beard stroke. Yeah. I was like, you know what? I didn't do anything with my beard for the longest time. And I know someone else was doing, there's another streamer out there, I can't remember who was doing beard something. And I was like, you know what? I have not seen anybody do beard tugs. Yeah. I'll do that as my own. So I do a beard tug. And you know, people are like, "Are you gonna yank your beard out?" No. I'm not yanking it like really hard. But I did kind of like copy off you guys.
Well,
but that goes,
well, hold on. Let me say something about that actually. So, by the way, there's still the beard tickle and the beard pinch available if anybody's interested.
No, because we had the beard tickle.
We already have a beard tickle.
We had beard tickle with our.
No. It's funny. I think you had said that. I think you had said that before to us, and I was in Games for Kicks channel today. I was talking to Games today this morning. He's doing a giveaway. He wanted to do a sub-only giveaway, and the problem with that is, depending on where you're at, a lot of times it's not legal because of state laws when it comes to gambling. Right. There has to be everybody has an equal opportunity type thing, so you can't purchase to win type thing. Right. I like how that is like a thing. So me and him were going back and forth on Twitter, back and forth. Like I was kind of telling him some suggestions. And beard braids still available. Did the beard pinch?
No, the beard braid. Yeah, watch the beard braids.
Oh yeah, because Grizzly Ben does that.
Grizzly Ben does beard braids.
No, but anyways,
I've been asked many times to braid my beard.
I just want to get it long enough to do it, dude. But okay, so me and Kicks were going back and forth about it, and I was telling him about our experience and what we suggested. So I went into his channel tonight, and he was like, I looked at what you guys said. It's great. He goes, and I went to go do a giveaway. My giveaway is almost exactly like y'all's. I don't want y'all thinking I was copying. I go, let me explain something, Kicks. It is 2017. It is almost impossible to come up with something that is 100% original. Nobody's ever done it at all. It's not already been tagged, okay? Almost every website is taken. It is ridiculous. I am honored and inspired by the fact that if you were somewhat motivated by doing a beard tug by the beard stroke, hell freaking yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Hell freaking yeah. So, seriously, man, it's an honor. So I love the beard tug. I actually love the beard tug because when my beard starts getting long enough, I get to where I do what you're doing, and I'll kind of like pull on it. I like to do that, and I'm sad because there are times that I can't do the
Ultra. Let me tap on to what Ultra just said there, real quick. As a streamer, all right, I've had many of my viewers become streamers and whatnot, and I'm sure beard guys have too. Mm-hmm. One of the things we love as streamers, as long as you don't have a big ego, right? And I don't see Matt and Joe having a massive ego at all. They have a little one, but every streamer has one. All right.
What?
Matt more than Joe because he's a technical guy. He has an ego.
Right. This effing interview is done. First the Gator comment, now the ego. Okay, where's the end stream button?
I knew it would take the veteran to kill the conversation.
But Matt and Joe will agree to this. All right. when someone takes an idea of your own and makes it different, right? They're basically mimicking you in a different light. That's a compliment. That means they know you're doing something that's good and they want to make it their own. I would never get upset about that. And I've had many people do the same things I've done as a streamer. And I'm sure Matt and Joe feel the same way. If someone copies them, or not exactly to detail, but makes it their own, then that makes us feel good as streamers.
Yeah,
because
I like to add
we're doing
to that.
something right.
I like to add to that. I feel like it makes me feel like somewhere I left an impression on that person. And if I left an impression on that person, then I've accomplished more than I ever dreamed I would have done. Okay? I don't walk down the street now and go like this with my beard, and people are like, man, you know, I saw this guy today. And I was just like, the way that he was stroking that beard was something. I just started doing the same thing, and it felt so good. We're on a platform, right, as streamers, and we're out there. And when I see stuff like that, I am very, you know, when someone is doing
thank you
it.
for the host.
Thanks, Ram. You know, like you just said, it really means a tremendous amount to think that maybe you did a little something to influence or help that. God, I would take that all day long. The greatest compliment you could pay somebody.
Oh yeah.
I'm starting a new streamline. 2 skinny guys named Mo and Jat.
What's the line? Imitation is the
like best form of flattery.
Highest
Like
form
that.
of flattery.
Yeah.
Highest form of flattery. Yeah, exactly. And that's how I look at it.
So purple beard. What's going on with purple beard?
What's with the purple beard?
Yeah.
That's a homage to my viewers. Back in the day when I hit 2,000 followers, I told everybody I'd dye my beard purple. And I did it, and it was received very, very well. And so every once in a while, especially for special occasions or whatnot, I dye my beard purple just because I can.
Love it, dude. I love it, dude. Yeah, Ultra, a big part of a format is taken from BGG. They have a great format for dual streams. Ultra, I'm not going to lie to you. I would say that Matt and I would like to become known as one of the people that have pioneered the way of doing a successful dual stream. And we would like people to come into the channel and say, okay, you dynamically are able to switch screens. You're able to show multiple gameplays. You're able to get along. You're able to split a channel and a business with somebody that you know for 25 years. How does that work? How does it work when you're restricted to mainly multiplayer games? When you're restricted to games that if Matt doesn't feel like playing that game, how do you make it happen? And I would really love to think
He
that,
beats me is how it happens.
I would really love to see, like, you know, think that one day could be that, but you just don't know. It looks blue in camera. I can't help that. Yeah, it does look a little blue, but when Random Planet said it was purple, I can see the purple now. So
yeah, it's purple.
So I'm gonna start streaming, and I'll have beard licks. Dude, shoot,
That's a little disgusting.
You can keep that. All right, so
I'm not even lick my own beard.
Being a streamer for many years. Okay. We're gonna get into the basic stuff. The basic.
Sure.
What do you suggest? What do you think? Yada yada.
Absolutely.
Yada. But what is something that you have found? What is one of your most memorable experiences? It can be anything. Anything. I know that's a really hard question. If you don't have an answer right off the bat, we can come back to it.
Bits.
One of the most memorable experiences?
Yeah. What would you say is something that really was memorable for you?
One of the craziest things that I don't think I will ever forget. There was one night that it was on a weekend. This was many moons ago. I was playing Smite, and I was like the 3rd or 4th top Smite player at the time, or something like that. I was always in the top 5. I was never number 1, but I had maybe 60, 70 people in the stream, and that was a Friday night. No, correction, it was a Saturday night, and things were going well. And then I had people in my channel start saying that Twitch is down, and I was like, okay. So I started looking for other people's channels, and Twitch was down. It was completely down. It got DDoS like mad. But if you were streaming, as long as you didn't stop your stream, you were fine. And if you're watching a stream, as long as you didn't refresh or leave and try to come back, then you could still watch the stream.
Yeah, I've seen that actually before.
And so this was going on, and my viewer count started dwindling down because no one could find my stream, but people were leaving, going to bed, whatnot. And I streamed all night long. And by the time Sunday morning rolled up, I was sitting there with 30 or 40 viewers. But I noticed Sunday, when they finally got a DDoS problem fixed, I was the only person streaming Smite. The only person streaming Smite. And this is when there was like around 3,000 to 4,000 people watching Smite on any given day. So I got all the viewers on that Sunday morning. I look up and I had like almost like 1,800 people on my channel. Woo. And I'm sitting here maybe with an average of 50 to 70 viewers at any point with Smite. And all of a sudden I got 1,800 people because I was the only person playing Smite on the channel. And I was like, what the blip was going on? And so that went on for like 3 hours, and finally big names started coming on. But that was crazy. That was the first time that I had a big giant pool of people on my channel. I'm like going, holy smokes, where did this come from? So, and chat was crazy. I remember that for like 2 hours. Chat was just nonstop. It was like, bro, I feel like I was in Soda Pop's channel for like 5 minutes.
Believe me, I know that feeling. It can be overwhelming. We did the early preview for A16, and I look back on the video, and I look like I was so nervous. Like, I listened to the video, and I said guys like 100,000 times. I was like, guys, I was so nervous, talking so fast. I had dyed my beard red, so I had red all over my face. It was smeared. It was terrible. And I look back at it, I'm like, man, I would do that so differently. But, it's hard to get prepared for that kind of stuff, right? Like, you don't realize what it's like to have that. Yeah, I was terrified, and it was challenging. And there are things that I would change. That was the first time our mods ever had to deal with, like, that was the first time our channel was ever in slow mode, and yeah, there was a guys counter at some point. Yeah, there was. It was a very humbling experience to look back on it, because we were excited, but then I learned that there's always going to be something bigger, scarier that you're going to tackle in your career, in streaming, and your adventures in it, and you just got to look at it and find ways you want to do it. How you want to tackle it. This time I go to kiss, you don't pull away, your face won't be red. Sheesh.
Sony, we talked about it. If we can get a sponsorship from Mountain Dew, I would love it.
Oh my God, man. We reached out to Coca-Cola about something, and their Coca-Cola doesn't do sponsorships, because we talked to them about something. Like, we don't do sponsorships. We'll follow you on Twitter. I was like, hey, you retweet a couple things? That'd be nice. So anyways, so let's go in, let's get into the meat of this part. Oh, hey. Oh, couple of my wife's right here. She just scared the crap out of me. There's Drunkenuff. Hi.
Drunkenuff.
Hey. Just joined so many beards. Hey, what's going on? Cool. How you doing, buddy? So, let me ask you this.
Sure.
You've been known for doing. Are you leaving?
Long streams.
No. I thought you were going to get dinner or something. So you've been known for doing long streams, right? I don't know if that's really what you want to be known as.
Another niche.
But so, tell us a little bit about it. What's your longest stream? What was your first 24 like?
My longest stream is a little over 72 hours.
Oh my lord,
babe. Yeah.
Yep.
My wife just went.
It was a little bit over 72 hours. My first 24, I don't even recollect anymore, because there was a point when I was doing Smite, I was doing 48-hour streams every weekend. The way I looked at it was, okay, you as a streamer, you're always looking at how to improve your platform. You're always looking, you're always creating, you're always trying to think outside the box. What can I do different to bring in more viewership, or entertain the core followership? You got to do, if you think you're done as a streamer with your stream the way it is, you're totally wrong.
Oh, dude, 100. If you don't think that you can learn something new every day in life, then you're doing it wrong. You always can improve and always be better.
Yeah, and so I was always looking outside of how to improve my stream. How can I get to that next level, right? What can I do to be known throughout the community, but not cheating, so to speak, not cheating the system. I want to do it right and admirably.
Yeah, I get you.
And so back when I was playing EverQuest, when I wasn't, obviously Twitch wasn't around, I would do 96 hours playing a 4-day weekend playing EverQuest.
Holy cow.
Well, we've all done this. We've all done this where, okay, tonight I'm going to bed at 11 o'clock. No shit. At 11 o'clock, I'm shutting my computer down and I'm going to bed. And then you look at your clock. It's like, 8 o'clock. Okay, I got 3 more hours. And next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning because you were having too much fun and forgot about time. And then at 1 o'clock, you're going, okay, I got 7 hours or 6 hours before I have to go to work. I could play one more hour and get some sleep. And next thing you know, 3 hours go by, and you're like, oh, well, do I go to bed and get 3 hours sleep and be a miserable asshole, or do I just stay up all day, all night, and go to work and just suck it up?
I've done that. I have done that. You're all right. I have done that.
Ooh. And so doing long gaming sessions had never been a problem with me. Like with EverQuest, I used to do that all the time in the army, where I would have a 4-day weekend and just go crazy playing. And so for me, I've never had a problem. My mom was an Insomniac. My dad was before he had me, he was a Vietnam vet and a police officer. So he was used to doing long hours work-wise.
Yeah.
And so I guess it naturally went to me hereditary that I had the thing and I try to explain to my stream. And whenever I explain this, I always get the same answers from everybody, because everybody will start chiming in on this because they'll say smart ass. But listen what I have to say. Everyone's born with a special, unique thing. All right. Every person has that unbelievable thing that they can do better than 99% of the people in the world. All right. It might be you have an incredible singing talent. Right.
I mean, you're talking about me now.
You might be someone might have a great athletic ability.
I may have two.
Yeah, some people might have two. Exactly. But usually when I talk about this, someone say, "Yeah, I'm a smart ass. I'm a smart ass better than anybody else," or "I know how to mess with my parents like nobody else does," or something like that. But not everybody knows their ability until later in life, or maybe they might know it right away, or they might know it because of a certain event happens or whatnot. Mine is stamina. I have unique stamina more than most people have. And that's just the way I am. I'm lucky to have it because it helps into my streaming capacity, where I'm known now throughout the Twitch community, especially the games I play, like the 7 days. They all know Drunk is that long streamer. I can pop into people's streams, and when they start talking about streamers, my name will come up. Oh yeah, Drunk. He's that one that streams 24 and 48 hours.
That's how I first I noticed you, was really that right there.
So doing that got my name around. So people would come to my channel and say, "Are you the guy who does the 48-hour stream?" Yep, that's me.
So that being said, okay, so you're okay with being known as that. That's a niche that you're good with.
Right. Yeah. And I made it that way because of that. Yeah.
So that was intentional, because for me, Matt and I, when we used to stream, we were streaming 3 days a week. We were streaming like 15 hours or like 20 hours a week. But we would stream, come on, and Drunk would be streaming. Go off, Drunk would be streaming. Come back the next day, Drunk was still streaming. And I was like, what?
A week later, come on, and Drunk is still streaming.
Yeah, I was like, what in the hell is going on? So I finally started watching Drunk. I said, who is this guy? And is he a machine? So, machine. So I was like, what the hell? But sometimes people do get put in those roles of a niche streamer that maybe they didn't want to step into, and now they're stuck in it. This makes sense?
Yeah, but let me tap on what Mal just said. So with and I get that all the time when I'm doing my long stream. Someone will come in and say, "This is bad for you. This is bad for your body to stay up for so long," and stuff like that. You know what? We all do things that are bad for us. Some of us smoke, some of us drink alcohol, some of us have unprotected sex, some text and drive. I live my life the way I want it to be, and I'm fine with it. If you have a problem with it, deal with it on your own. I don't need to hear about it. So the thing is, I do what I do because I know my abilities and what I can do and what I can't do. That's part of growing up, being more mature and so forth, and dealing with your body and learning what your body can do. Not everybody can do those things. I get that. That's what makes me unique. And the thing that really irks me right now is Twitch has put the little limit on how long you can stream now, and that really irks me because
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that cuts into my special ability. I cannot do 72-hour streams anymore because they don't allow you to stream more than 48 hours now anymore because that dumbass that died while you were streaming.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that. So let's shelve that one real quick. Let's shelve that because I want to go back into that because I was going to dig into that.
Sure.
Let's shelve that one because I do want to dig back into it. I'm gonna pick your brain on it. I'm gonna pick your brain in a way that is more of inquiring and just curious about how you approach and all that.
I didn't know there was a limit on it.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So That being said, let's talk about this real quick about the niche. So some people get stuck into a niche sometimes. They will do something. One day they're wearing a pirate costume. Next thing you know, they're Burke Black. And, you know, you got to be careful.
Some are good.
Sometimes.
Some are good. Some are bad.
Exactly. Yeah. And you got to be careful sometimes with the niche of the gimmick. You get stuck doing that. Now, drunks is a niche, not a gimmick. So keep that in mind, okay? A gimmick is more of like
I have noticed people who try to copy me on that.
Yeah, yeah. So I encourage 12-year-olds to do the same. So when it comes to a niche thing, I think that I always want to caution people to be careful with doing niches, that you don't get careful, that you don't get stuck in that niche because you get known as that. So it's awesome to hear that Drunk, that was something that I already knew this answer, but I knew that Drunk has kind of groomed himself, because I've already asked this kind of in the past with him before, and I'm sure he gets asked a bunch, right? But like, it's a valid question. Someone goes, man, I love watching your streams, but how do you do those long streams, you know? And so it's good to know that Drunk has actually approached it that way, versus I know some people that have done those long streams and they got stuck into those long streams. They were like so they kind of went into it and continued to do it. And that's not always the best approach for that. Let me tell you my opinion on 24-hour streams, okay? So Drunkenuff has made it a niche. And I enjoy it. It's what I like about Drunk. Because I make that comment. I always say Drunk is someone that is able to do those streams because he's conditioned himself to do those streams. Okay, he's been doing them so long. His body has, like I worked night shift, right? When I went and worked night shift at one point, my body had to adjust. It literally had to adjust. And there was one day a week that I did not sleep because my body just adjusted to it, and I actually felt better. When I went back to regular shifts, I had to have those extra days of sleep again. It was weird. But it's funny how your body will adapt to the thing. And that was what had happened with me with that. So when it comes to the 24-hour stream in general, I see a lot of younger streamers that are starting out that will be, hey, I hit 250 followers. It's a milestone. Super excited. And I remember hitting 250 followers. And they'll be like, we're going to do a 24-hour stream. And my opinion on 24-hour stream, unless you have made it into a niche, for example, like Drunk, who's become very well known for it, I don't see a lot of long-term benefits for it, aside from making it really hard on yourself. Streaming is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's very endurance-laced. You look at Drunk with his he does a lot of endurance-type streams. And I'm not really a big fan of promoting those. Unless you have done the steps, like I said, that I know that Drunk has, and then I'm a fan of that niche. I love that. There's another guy. This guy doesn't even know us, but I've heard him. There's a guy named Captain Staples that I've seen that does the same thing too. So he does those very long streams too. But I'll give you an example. There are some people that I see that do the 24-hour streams, and they don't look anything like Drunk. Drunk does these like they're nothing, right? Where some people I see, they're up there like this. Got like an hour left, and you're like, oh my god. So to get into like the meat of the thing, what is it that you do? Because obviously you get asked the question a lot about the health, hey, is it dangerous and all this. I think a lot of people think that, I'm doing a 24-hour stream, so my ass is sitting right here in this chair like this for 24 hours.
That's not good.
Okay.
Well, I can break it down real easy.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people can't do it because, one, their personal life doesn't allow them to do it. They have kids, they have a wife, they have a job. I get that, right? And those guys shouldn't push that because they have all those reasons. I'm single. I don't have a wife. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a job. I don't have nothing that restricts me from when I sleep, when I stream,
when I eat. All that waste of stamina, no girlfriend?
Nope. Please. More enough. I've done models. I've done everything you could possibly do in the moon. That's fine. Uniform, trust me. Military uniform gets you more play than you can imagine. Anybody who's ever in the military knows exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways, back to the stamina thing. All right, I don't encourage people doing long streams unless they prepare for it, plan for it. It takes training to do it. It's not something that you just pick up and go, all right, I'm gonna do a 24-hour stream today.
My God.
The thing is, there's a lot of streamers out there, and this is as true of a statement as I can possibly say. There's a lot of streamers out there that cannot stream more than 5 to 8 hours. Why? It's very mentally taxing on them.
Yeah.
It's not their body, it's their brain shuts down. Because it's concentrating on the game, concentrating on the chat, dealing with the stream, dealing with all the things that you got to do because people think it's an easy job, and it's not. And,
God, no.
And it's so there's a lot of people that say, all right, I'm streaming for 8 hours max, and that's it, because some of them just can't do it. Their brain shuts down, right? And for those streamers out there who are chatty catties, the ones that talk, all right, for those people, it's really, really hard to do a long stream because it takes so much out of them. You're constantly talking, you're constantly interacting with your channel, you're constantly, explaining what you're doing in the game. You're doing that, and it's very, very taxing on yourself mentally, not physically, mentally. And that's when you shut down. All right, physically wise, unless you can't sit in the same chair for a long period of time, unless you have ADD or whatever, and you have to be up and moving, then you're fine.
Like you're just talking right about me.
No,
it's funny, Drunk. There's been times I literally have gotten off the stream, and after a big stream, we had a lot of stuff. God, and I would go like this. Oh God, man, I'm so tired from talking.
Yeah.
Like you said, the mental thing, the conversations, the continually kind of keeping like the things going. Matt over there looking all fresh, like, let's go, and I'm all like,
I don't ever look fresh.
Well, if you think about it as a streamer, and a lot of people don't look at it this way, and unless you've been a streamer. You put on a lot of pressure on yourself.
Oh God,
you do.
We're our biggest critics.
And when you put that amount of pressure on you, that's that's mental taxation to start with. And now you crank up your OBS or your explicit. You got to make sure your OBS is running well. You got to make sure your music that you're playing is running well. Then you got to make sure Twitch is running well. And so you got to put all these little factors. What I like to call it is like putting on makeup for a woman. You're putting on your layers, right? And no streamer out there doesn't just go pop, poop, and go. You have to make sure this is up, this is up, this is up, this is running good, this is running good. Now I can start my stream. Never mind if Steam is acting right, if I'm playing a Steam game and stuff like that. So you have all these layers. You're putting your makeup on, so to speak, to get your stream going. So that's very taxing. And then, do I have enough viewers watching me? Is this making it worthwhile for me? Am I entertaining my viewers? Am I doing everything right? And so once you're a critic of yourself, like you should be, then you gotta start looking at all these elements. And so that is a massive, that can be very taxing to someone. That's why a lot of streamers out there can't stream more than 5 to 8 hours a day because
absolutely it
kills them.
Absolutely. First off, your makeup looks great. Second off, I mean, you're really, you're really right. Like, I mean, that's a really good point. So streaming is very, very mentally taxing. There's always something wrong with the stream too.
Always.
Something.
Always.
One of those.
And it doesn't matter.
One of those layers.
It doesn't matter how many times you check it. Like right before the stream. During the stream, something's going to mess up, too.
Matt literally does you know how, like, before a concert, they do all the sound checks and stage checks and all that? Matt literally does that before. He gets on the mic and goes, hello, 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 hits all the buttons, and then we start stream up, bam, something doesn't work. Always, man. It's ridiculous. But,
What happened to Matt?
No, I'm good.
he had a...
I just had an error game.
He had an error game. He went away. So... To kind of pull something out of there that you had said,
again, one of those layers of the makeup just messed up.
Your suggestion, what up, Chops? Your suggestion was that, for example, you per se said to prepare for it. Like if somebody was interested in doing a 24-hour stream, and when Matt and I we've done a couple 24-hour streams, okay, and I will tell you, yeah, they were very challenging because we don't do them. Imagine me talking for 24 hours. It literally is a lot. And at the end of it, I literally like a drunk person because I was just so delirious. I was so tired. And they are challenging. So I give kudos to Drunk, who's been able to do upwards of 72 hours. Like Jesus. That's unreal to me. That just is like unfathomable to imagine. But what are some of the things that you suggest? But what people don't realize is that when Matt and I have done our 24-hour streams, we prepared for them, right? So I usually take a day off before or afterwards. And I would prepare for it, get some extra sleep to make sure I'm prepared. And honestly, in all reality, that's probably not even really good preparation. Drunk is conditioned to do these. Whereas I think that, hey, I get some extra sleep on this end and at the back end, and I'm okay. That's actually not enough preparation, right? You don't go into boot camp and do 1 day of boot camp and then go, all right, now you're going on the front line, right? They train you over a period to condition you. But that being said, what are things that you suggest for people that are interested in doing a long stream? What do you suggest, first off this, to prepare? Secondly, what do you expect them to get out? What are you telling them to look for to try to capitalize on in that 24-hour stream?
All right. Well, first of all, it's a mind thing. It's a mindset thing, right? You've got to be prepared for it. I've had people ask me, like Sully came into my chat the other day and asked me, how do I prepare for a 24-hour stream? And I tell people very simple, to get yourself into the mental aspect of doing a 24-hour stream. If you've never done one before, start doing longer streams. Like if your stream max is 8 hours, push it to 10, push it to 12, push it to 15, push it to 18. And if it's not killing you, then you can make that extra bump. See, there's a wall. We all have a wall, right? Random did a 24-hour stream for the first time the other day, and he hit that wall around his max that he had done before, which was around 13. And he hit that wall hard, and he had to fight through it to be able to finish his 24. It's not meant for everybody. Not everybody can pull a 24. So you should work on it by, like I said, maximizing and stretching your hours to where it's not that big of a jump to do a 24. And what do you expect to get out of it? Well, the thing that I would tell someone, do a 24 for a special reason, right? If you're not used to doing it, do it for a special reason. Be it 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 followers, maybe certain donation mark, certain bit mark, whatever you want to call it, right? It was a 48. I'm sorry, random. You're right, 48. And so whatever you're used to doing, that's what you should go with. And if you want to extend it more, then do so. But what you're trying to get out of it is more viewership, more notoriety, more this. Guys. And so, and nice job on the sub, Mr. Double D. Good job for him. Sorry.
Thank you for that 2 months,
thank you, buddy.
Mr. Double D.
Hold on real quick. Venetary, yeah, buddy, we normally, we have a sub server, and Matt and I usually we switch back and forth to different variations of the game. So we'll play, we're playing War of the Walkers and Settlers mod. So we swap back and forth. And so because we do a lot of jumping around and we also play some other games, we usually just kind of stick to just Matt and I doing a lot of stuff as part of the dynamic of the channel. So I don't want you thinking it's not that we're not interested in playing with people. It's just kind of how the channel works currently, the way it works. So real quick, before I want to, there was something in there I really like that you said. So you said something that I think is fantastic advice. Fantastic. Drunk said, start small and move up. He essentially said, do like a 8, then a 10, a 12, a 16. See how you feel. You might do a 12-hour stream and freaking be dead and realize, you know what? I can't do a 24-hour stream. I can do a 12-hour stream today and then a 12-hour stream tomorrow. That is a great idea, man. That is I think that's a very, 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 very good words of advice coming from somebody that does a tremendous amount. And for those of you that are on the channel, tonight we're doing the Beer Brigade Spotlight that we're hosting tonight. It was with Drunkenuff, guys. Drunkenuff is a veteran. He is probably the most veteran person on our team when it comes to time on Twitch. And we're very honored to have him in here. He was somebody that when Matt and I were growing up in the Twitch world, we watched him, loved it. And do us a favor, if you have not followed Drunkenuff yet, please click his name. Matt Jenks just linked it. Please give him a follow and spend some time in his channel, guys. Get to know him. He has a very chill channel. He is very well known niche-wise as doing long streams. He's been around for a very long time. He's very approachable. Please make sure that you guys are showing him some love. Make sure to hit up his social medias as well. Give him some follows on there as well, guys. The idea is to bring more awareness. I would love to see you guys in his channel. That is what the point of this is, okay? The point is to take our team and say, look, these guys and girls are on our team for a reason. But man, that's great insight, by the way, on the 24-hour stream. So thank you on that. So let's talk about something else, man.
Mm-hmm.
You've been around a while, right?
Yep.
Being around a while, what are some mistakes maybe that you've made? And keep in mind, guys, that anything that I ask Drunk, he has every right to not answer to, by the way. There are some things that people want to keep close to their chest when it comes to streaming or things that they do, but you know, so if anybody's not interested in answering, please be respectful and understanding of that. But Drunk, you know, what are some things that you have done in your time streaming that you have found have been maybe not the best idea or you would do differently?
This.
Oh, okay. I was like, the spotlight? I was like, Jesus. I was like, it's the first night.
I know.
No, I'm talking about smoking.
Yeah.
You find that you do it a lot more being streaming?
Well, it's very counterintuitive. Yes, man. Afterwards, I didn't want to stream the same time as these guys. This is their channel and this is their thing. I'm not piggybacking on them, so to speak. So this is their time stuff. So I'll stream afterwards, but that's that. But there are the thing that what I try to tell people when you're streaming, one of the biggest things you should do is always look back at your streams and see what you did right and see what you did wrong, because you should be your own worst critic. If you're sitting there going through your stream going you might want to stop your right? Or if you're noticing you're saying the same thing repetitively over and over, you might want to pull that back. Also, watch other streams. Sit back and watch Bearded Gaming guys. Sit back and watch, you know, Banlish or Random or someone else and get a perspective of what they're doing. Maybe it's something you want to add to your stream. And you see things that they're doing, they go, oh, I don't want to do that because that would look bad on my stream. What might work for them might not work for you. And what might work for them might work for you. So you should always be doing your homework, so to speak, if you're a streamer, on how to improve your stream. That goes back to that. But there are certain things that, you know, like I said, smoking is one, because there's people out there who are actually trying to stop smoking, and they sit there and they watch you smoke. That's just counterintuitive.
Yeah.
And so forth. So, you know, that's one of the big things I don't like.
Okay. Is there anything else that stands out, or not so much really right now?
Nothing. I've pretty much curbed everything. The thing about me that a lot of people don't realize, I'm a very chill streamer.
Yeah.
Very, very chill. Not as chill as Matt, but nowhere near as talkative as Joe. I'm very.
I think that was called Chatty Cathy. Was the term? That was my name.
Well, I remember I watched the ARC Spotlight, and I remember y'all talked about that, how Matt would work well with some streamers and Joe would work well with some streamers and so forth.
That's a great point.
And I had that conversation in my Discord the other day. I think it was Random and I were talking about it, how Matt would work great with Banlish, but you know, Matt would work great with me, but Joe would be we would be polar opposites. You know, well, I mean, I'm sorry to tell you, Joe would be great with me. Matt would be bad for me because we're both too chill.
Yeah.
It'd be pointless. So, you know, it is what it is on that. You've got to be, true, Sven. I'm not going to, that's why I don't, that's a whole different discussion we don't need to get into. But, I lost my thought. Go on.
well, you were saying like, for example, like, you know, certain people fit certain ways. So like, you know, like Matt would be well with one person and I would be good with you. I completely agree with it. Right. So the personalities are different. To go back to like mistakes, I kind of feel what you're saying about the smoking, right? So Drunk, you seem like you're more of the person of like, look, if you don't like me for who I am, go pound sand, right?
Right.
There's a reality to that. I have a big respect for that. I love that. You know, if you don't want to watch him do that, then don't watch it.
If I'm not your cup of tea, then find someone else that'll be your cup of tea.
There's the beauty of Twitch. You can go to the next channel. It is phenomenal.
Yep.
And you'll find people that are definitely they're not just your cup of tea, they're your bourbon, man. So, you know, you'll find that. But I also get what you're saying, right? So like you play. So you play and you smoke or something like that. The same thing kind of happens with me, for example. Like, I curse like a sailor, like you would not believe, and I curse a lot on stream. And so we try to like minimize it a little bit, but I don't try to eliminate it 100% because I know I can't. It's not who I am per se. At the same time, I am a father of 3, so I try to be a little more, cognizant of doing that. And also at the same time, I don't want, there are people that bring their children into Twitch and they're watching us, and then I'm over here saying the F word. Maybe people don't want to be exposed to that, and then their kid exposed to that, and I don't want to be the one to do that. So I can see the relation of the smoking, right? For example, comes in and they see it, may think that.
But that's not our responsibility because we have a mature label on our stream.
Exactly, that's a good point.
So if they come in our stream, then that's on them.
Yeah,
that's on the parents.
No,
that's not
very
us.
True. Very true.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that's a good point. But I've had people that have told us that, hey, my kids love to watch you, or and I didn't know some of these kids. That's actually what kind of was like, okay, so we're not jumping on the, hey, hashtag positivity, hashtag clean stream. It was more of, okay, I didn't realize that these people sat down as a family and watched us. Now I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should take the sexual innuendos and be maybe a little bit later in the evening, a little bit, or kind of put it like as much of a disclaimer as possible, because inadvertently, some people are, even with the warning, 90% of your stuff is great, but sometimes it only takes that one thing to really change the perspective on it. So,
like the time you almost said the N-word?
Oh God, Jesus! Listen, it was a song. I was trying to rap, and then it just. Oh God! Yeah, it was very bad. So, you aren't getting out of the mod quarters, BD Joe. Even if I try to explain why I say the bad words, can't take the heat, don't get in the fire. So, all right. So, in regards to that, so having streamed a long time, right? Having streamed a long time and marching towards partnership and stuff like that. What are some suggestions you've already kind of done it? You've already kind of said some already, but what are some things you would definitely push newer streamers that you think that you see now? Oh God, hold that thought. Let's go back to another topic.
Sure.
You had talked about critiquing yourself.
Yeah.
Something I preach very, 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 very big is that Matt and I are our biggest critics, and now we have an advantage. There are 2 of us.
Yep.
So we watch our VODs, and I will be like, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. And Matt will say, but what about this perspective? And I maybe didn't think of it that way because I have one personality, he has another. So it really helps out. And that is one thing with dual casting. We have some things extremely easy. We really do. We are able to talk to each other when the channel's quiet. We always are able to kind of keep each other entertained. I always have someone to play with. But when it comes to critiquing ourselves, I always tell people, when you start streaming, watch your VODs. I'm not saying you have to sit there for the 5 or the 48 hours like drunk and sit there and watch all 48 hours, but skim through it, right? And look at ways that you can improve upon yourself. Do what you said. Go to other channels. It's not about ripping off ideas. It's about getting inspired by other channels. I see this happening. I love that, If you get an idea, shout it out, right?
I do have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
So when y'all are critiquing each other or critiquing your thing, or when it comes for decisions for your channel, who's the A-type personality who wins out most of the time?
That's me. I am the type A personality.
Right.
I am the one that calls a lot of shots, right?
Right.
None of the big decisions are ever made without Matt, right? Because this is not my channel. This is our channel.
But do you overtrump him?
That knowing Matt so long, that is the beauty of our friendship. Matt has learned to deal with me, that he always just goes along with a lot of what I say, right? He'll be like, yeah, I'm fine. That's whatever. That's good. All right, that's good. But Matt will also tell me if they hear something he is against or he does not feel on. I think it's more of Matt's easier going, so Matt's more open to things. More so than, hey, I make the decision on it. I'm the one that's a little more critical of stuff, where Matt is a little more like, hey, let's see how it goes, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
So But I always tell people, watch your VODs. I told this story last week. There was a guy that reached out to us and said that he was interested in joining the Beard Brigade. And I said, look, turn your VOD on. We'll come out and look at it and check this out. And the guy came back to me and goes, all right, man, you're not going to believe this. I turned my VOD on. I never had any sound in my streams. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, my microphone was never working.
Yeah.
And I was like, how long have you been streaming? He's like, 3 weeks. And I was like, had you never watched a VOD? And he goes, no. I go,
wow.
How was your traffic in your channel? He's like, no, never anybody. I go, well, because they thought you were a mime. Like the guy had no idea that
for 3 weeks.
Hold on, pause this real quick. Jeannie Babe, I need you to message your address. Got Paquita, a temporary tattoo. Inspired by her. So, anyways, I was really surprised by that, but it kind of goes back to that whole you need to be looking at yourself, right? Step outside and take a look at. Shut up. Take a look and step outside.
Why did you type that? You're in voice comms.
Jesus. I didn't want to interrupt Joe.
He has been fantastic. He doesn't want to interrupt me at all. I love Drunk. Hey, Lutar, thanks for the host, buddy. So, it's very important. That's a very, very, very important thing that you said, and I'm glad to hear a veteran streamer say that you need to make sure that you are checking on your channel and the things that you can do to improve yourself, because that kind of helps to give us a little bit of a, I don't know, grounding, feeling like, okay, we're doing some things right? So, Drunk does that. I look at Drunk stream and I think, he's been doing this a long time. That's awesome. And I value what he says. So, all right. So, That being said, what are some of the things that you've seen with a lot of, we get a lot of new streamers, right? There's a lot of people that come to the channel that are like, man, I want to start streaming. 30 days later, I don't see them. Or 90 days later, they're done. Because you know, Drunk, that it takes a lot to stream. Okay? Right. Matt and I started it as a part-time type job, 20 hours a week. And it was taxing. Going full-time, it is very taxing. And I don't think a lot of people realize what is involved sometimes with streaming. It's not really, the whole element of just playing a game is out the window. That is the littlest of the stream sometimes.
Well, the biggest problem for any streamer out there, all right, is the game.
Granddaddy.
All right, it's the game. Not every game is made for every person streaming.
Yeah,
all right?
That's true.
All right. If, the biggest problem brand new streamers have is, okay, I'm going to stream World of Warcraft, my first game. Well, guess what? You're going to be 99th in the list of people streaming World of Warcraft, and typically people look at the first top 5.
You know what's funny?
Welcome to Bearded Guys Gaming. That's exactly what we did.
We were there.
Yep.
That was us.
And that's the thing, is people pick games they should not play, right? Or stream. Or vice versa. They stream a game they don't like or don't enjoy. And I've seen too many people do that. I had a good friend who's actually coming back to stream, which I'm excited for. But he quit stream. He got partnered and everything. He did the time. He got the when Blood Bowl 2 came out. He was one of the few people who streamed it, and his numbers blew up, right? And he got partnered. But he was forced to continue to play Blood Bowl 2 because that was his game that people knew him by. And if he played any other game, no one would watch him. And it irritated him. He quit Twitch because of that. So he quit his partnership and everything. And all because he got tired of streaming. Because the game soiled him. Or soiled him, whatever you want to call it. But so if you're going to start streaming, pick a game that is new, kind of under the radar, and something you enjoy, right? And then once you pick up a core following, then you can change games if need be. All right, all right, so if I, maybe I'm playing something small that just started off maybe Evil Within 2 came out today, right? You're going to be buried behind 100 big names. But if you catch lightning in a bottle with a game that comes out that no one really plays that much. For example, her example is Rocket League. Those few people who stuck with Rocket League are now huge, right? But it's something that you have to find that game. You have to find a game that you enjoy, and you can't be buried 200 viewers or streamers behind in that game. You have to be up there in the top 10 so people actually will click on your channel and actually get to know you, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's great advice. So I'll give you kind of a Bearded Guy's gaming perspective to that, and to add on to that. You know, Matt and I learned the hard way in trial and error, and a lot of streaming is trial and error. There are a lot of people that ask us advice, and we tell them, and they do not want to hear it. Again, it's just opinions, and a person's advice is only so good. We're not perfect. We aren't good. We aren't big. We have a long way to grow for what we want to do and aspirations and all that. So that being said, there's always room for growth, but we're always also willing to give you guys and say, hey, this is the steps that we took that we found successful for us, and we enjoy it. And maybe it'll work for you, maybe it won't, and stuff like that. But try to think outside the box. But when it comes to that being said, Matt and I got into this. We started streaming because of World of Warcraft. We thought, hey, we can offer dynamic setup, back and forth, our things. But we also went into an 11.5-year-old game, 12-year-old game, okay? 11.5-year-old game with established fan base, with established streamers that have been doing it for so long, that also has a competitive spot to it. It has competitive PvP. It has competitive rating. For Matt and I weren't doing that, right? We weren't on the competitive stuff. So when it comes to that type of thing, we really went into that in our first venture of streaming. It was a complete mistake. We took a game we loved and thought, oh, we can make this happen. We moved to Minecraft and moved to 7 Days to Die. And 7 Days to Die is one of those niche games that we came into that is, you know, it doesn't float a lot of viewers and have a lot of people. It has one of the, by far, greatest communities I've ever seen. I firmly stand by that.
Which one?
Of the greatest, 7 Days to Die.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It is one of the greatest, one of the greatest communities, has some of the greatest casters I've ever met.
It's number one on supporter community. Number one.
It is. It is unreal. As small as this community can be compared to other game communities, it is mighty. So
the number two is Poe.
Poe's another one. Or what did you say? You said Poe's the same way?
Poe is pretty close to 7 days. Pretty close.
So when we started doing this, and then we came into this this game is one of those games where you really can kind of shine, and you can really take your channel and grow your channel a lot in this community. It's easy to network or get to know people because the community is not super big. At the same time, it goes back to, you know, it's up to you on what you make your channel. But we went back to World of Warcraft, and man, you know, we wanted to play it again. We hadn't played it since the alpha. And it went to where there's a reality that there are some games you just don't stream, and people can't stream because the dynamic that Matt and I had in it wasn't great for what it had. Did we sit higher up than we did when we first started streaming? Hell yeah, we did. But at the same time, it wasn't where we were going to grow and where we felt our community was good to continue growing. And, you know, it's definitely made it was interesting for us to learn that. We learned that firsthand. I mean, it's definitely very, very true.
Well, you guys have a very distinct advantage over everyone else with the two-man setup.
We really do.
With what I have as a single streamer or as a single person streaming, you know, I don't depend on anyone else, so to speak. MMOs is a dead thing to stream. MMOs are in general just horrible because you have to be active on your stream if you're a single player. You don't have anyone talking while you're playing the game other than you. So I don't have a Joe to sit here and yap with the chat and keep chat rolling for hours while I play the game and so forth and keep the game interesting. Where an MMO is you're going from one quest to another quest, doing the same thing over and over and over until you're blue in the face. Whereas an interactive game, let's say like a CS:GO or a PUBG or a 7 Days or something where there's always action going on, so to speak. Those games are more intuitive for a single player to play because if you're not talking, you're letting the game talk for you.
Yep.
And so if you're playing a boring game or repetitive game, people are going to get really bored at watching you do the same quest over and over and over and over. And so right now, that's why MMOs need to make a massive overhaul on how they do other games. I don't know what it's going to be. That's a whole major discussion for another day. But the problem is games like this is better for a person who doesn't have someone talking to the channel for them. There's enough time in this game where I can have action and be able to talk to my channel.
Yeah, no, it's very true. You can create that downtime if you need it to focus more on chat, and you can also create excitement by going in and like going and finding some zombies and stuff like that. I agree. I believe 7 days also allows for so much diversity when it comes to the type of things you can do in the game. But we'll get to 7 days in a minute. Why Marcella asked a question. Why I won't forget it. If you can kind of hold that question for a minute, though, let me get to that part of like what I want to ask. But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So when it comes to Matt and I, we've always said that we have it a lot easy. There are things that we have extremely, extremely easy. Since day one, I've always had someone that I've been able to talk to. Yep. We get asked a tremendous amount. Hi, I'm a new streamer. I don't have many people talking in my chat. What do I do? And I always start out by saying this.
Get him, Matt.
Sublutar.
I always say, you got to remember something. Matt and I have it different. We have the dynamic of working off of each other. There's never a moment that we can't chit chat.
You can bounce
we have never
off each other.
sat as a single caster with nobody in our channel and know the way it feels. And that being said, or we sat with nobody in the channel, but we haven't sat where we couldn't carry on a conversation. And I always kind of lead to other people. I say, for ideas on how to do that, take a Kismet, for example, who narrates every little thing that he does. You know, I'm walking up, I'm grabbing the stone axe, I'm going to take the stone axe, I'm going to do this.
Him and Bandlich, I can't do that.
And that's what a lot of those guys do when it comes to that. And your chat will grow and your channel will grow. But we need to see a streamer server with 7 Days to Die. We're actually
Fiverr, I've tried that. I've tried to get these two knuckleheads into Starvation mod, but they didn't want to do it.
Listen, we don't play mods.
Yeah. And I've got Texas going, and I'm gonna get Dwal into it. That's another thing I was going to announce today because we're going to do a new server coming up, and I'm gonna get Dwal to play with us. So I'm gonna get the developer of the mod to come play with us. So if there's any questions about the mod, you can ask the guy playing the game with us.
So
we don't play mods.
So we've always been very, very fortunate in having the dynamic of the two guys. We've always had the fortune of having the two guys for the dynamic of that. But we encounter different types of problems. We encounter problems like if Matt is not feeling well, how do we go on with the stream? The stream's not the same without Matt, and it's not the same without Joe.
He made me sit here on top of a trash can.
You ain't the only one who tried.
Dude, I tried for months to get them to play Starvation mod. No, we ain't doing it. I flip on, there they are playing War of the Walkers. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm a shoe.
Kill me.
I'm a shoe forever was like, play mod. I was like, no, if I want to watch mods, I'll watch Drunkenuff. I would go watch you for mods. Never played it. And then I started playing a mod, and now I love mods. So I'm very good at turning around and breaking what I said, everything I said. I'll be like, I vehemently stand against this. I do not like this. 1 year later, I'm like, you know what? I think this is great. You know, this was fantastic. So I am very.
As a streamer.
Hey, I said that about Companions coming to 7 days. I said I don't like it. I think it's terrible. I've never liked it. I said, but in a year I may change my mind. Who knows? Yeah, Izzy, hang on to that thought because you guys were saying some stuff that we're gonna touch. All right, so when it comes to the double thing,
hold that thought because we're gonna touch it.
We run into a problem where sometimes we run into, and Rifle, I got your question too. We run into a problem where, you know, Matt and I have to keep the game fresh for each other, and there might be days that he doesn't want to play a certain game that I'm into playing and stuff like that, and so that dynamic of the streaming is different.
Keep Matt fresh. Matt.
He keeps me fresh, all right.
Rifle, let's get into this next part. Rifle asked a question. He says, streaming so long, and I don't know if what he meant was streaming so long in the sense of 7 days or just streaming in general. How do you keep, let's be specific to 7 days. The Beer Brigade questions I'll hold off, guys. How do you keep it fresh for you and your viewers?
Well, I'm kind of known in the 7 days community as making the biggest, baddest things. And, you know, like I go big or go home kind of thing. So whenever someone watches my 7 days servers, I usually have something massive within the server. I'm kind of knowing that like, oh, Drunk's built a massive base this time, or he's built a massive city this time, or he's built a massive, this time around I built a massive arena, right? So we do some PvP battles, which we've done.
Yeah.
honors. So I'm always kind of known for that. So I always have ideas going into a server, what I want to build. Now this time around, I didn't have an idea until someone suggested it, and so that's what I did. But as in streaming, yeah, there's some days where I don't want to play 7 days. Sure, there's always that. There comes to a point in server like we kind of are now where everything's done, everything is pretty much where we want it to be. What else is there left to do other than go around and loot, which gets boring after a while doing the same thing over and over. So you kind of have to make it. You got to have an imagination playing 7 days.
Yeah.
You got to have an imagination, because if you think of something to build, you can build it with some limitation. But if you want to build a giant pyramid, build a giant pyramid. You want to build a Eiffel Tower, build an Eiffel Tower. You want to build a massive base, build a massive base. Do whatever you want to do. You know, you go in that with that thought. All right, this is what I want to accomplish this server. Before you start, then you'll make the server more fun for you. Without that, I'm sure Matt and Joe have an idea, and they let the stream help finalize that idea. But they have an idea. I remember the prison that y'all were working on, right? Yeah. You thought of that on your own, right?
Oh yeah. Everything we usually have an idea, then we get guidance from chat on what they would like to see, so that there's involvement from the community on that build, and we'll ask them specifically, hey, what kind of rooms? What do you think? Do you think this looks good and stuff like that? But in the end of the day, our content is usually trying to be planned out, right? So like, we're gonna tackle this on this stream.
Sure. You gotta have a game plan. Yeah,
absolutely. So Two Fingers said something here. He said, I've seen so much 7 Days to Die is boring. I stopped by channel to see what other people are doing. First off, Two Fingers, I want to say thank you for that. As a caster, I think it's important for us to say that, look, I get it. Sometimes we get boring. Sometimes the game is stale. You might really enjoy the person you're watching, but like the game can get stale. I think the most important thing that for me would be two things. Just stopping in the channel or knowing about the channel is the greatest thing you can do. You lurk, you donate, you tell your friends about us. Just saying Drunkenuff, mentioning his name, lurking, putting it up, that helps us so many different ways. All of these things, there are so many ways that you can help a caster.
And we're all connected.
Yeah,
especially with the Beard Brigade team. We're all connected. So once you get to know one member of the Beard Brigade, chances are you're going to get to know a lot of us in the Beard Brigade. Because we host each other, we go visit each other, we talk about the other members. I know I talk about, you guys, I talk about, other guys in the Beard Brigade. And that way everyone sees, okay, well, I heard Drunk talking about Matt and Joe. Let me go see what they're about, right? And they go and check you guys out, and then they become a fan of yours. And that's how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, communication is talking about is huge. Like, I don't have an ego when it comes to my viewers going to see other streamers. That's, if
I would much rather than be around the people we know. Right.
Exactly.
Right. If I lose a viewer to go, they prefer to watch someone else, then fine. That's up to them. So be it. But, I don't have an ego about it, like, wow, they're watching that stream and not watching mine. Oh, boo-hoo. So what? It is what it is. As long as they're watching someone in the community, they're helping someone, and that's fine with me. I don't care. As long as, we're a family, we take care of each other, and that's fine. That's fine with me.
So there's 2 points on that. Sweetie Goodness just said one. So many great people, different streams for different moods. That's just it. There are days that I want to listen to Drunk or I want to watch Tex Cub. There are days.
Wait a minute. You actually listen to Tex Cub? What?
Well, I just like it when he's like, he's always like, ready? Here he goes. Oh, Drunkenuff. Thanks for the host. Thank you. How's everybody doing tonight? That's Drunkenuff, man. I love him. But that's just it. Like, you have to have that. And there's days. And there's days when I need to watch CB, and CB's like, blah, blah, blah.
Like, oh my guys.
Yeah.
We're going to do the roulette, and we're going to
let me show you this code of what I built and how the bear flies.
Oh, yes. It's only going to use a knife this time. Oh my God, this week I can only use a knife. Oh no.
Or how about this one? How you doing, darling? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I know you guys. I love it though. I love all these people, okay? I love watching these people, and I think that's important. There are different moods for different people, I I think that it's Matt, you should have done mine. I think that it's important though that we have. I absolutely love it. I love when you say that, Mr. Dragonist. I'll never forget that. It's something important. But I think that's really important. I do want to say this too. We get a couple people that come on our channel and they go, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" Da, da, da. Oh, you're doing what Kismet's doing. Oh, you're doing what Drunkenuff's doing. First off, let's get something straight, okay? It goes back to this. There are only so many original ideas out there, and a lot of times the inspiration comes from other channels. It's not trying to trump another channel. It is not. There is absolutely no person that Matt and I do dislike, okay? Well, there's maybe one person we don't get along with, but to be perfectly open about that, there is one person that I think we don't get along with. I mean, I just want to be open with you guys about that. But in regards to everything else, a lot of times it's inspiration. I see that and I go, "Oh my God, that's awesome! I want to build that now." That's the truth. I really just want to try to do some of the things. No, not you. TB already knows I don't like him. So, but the point is.
It's not.
So what are your okay? So you kind of when I said that you kind of went, "Oh, no." What have you heard it before too? Have you seen it?
No, the biggest thing about 7 days, and I'm gonna touch on this. The thing, there's several things you can do in 7 days, but there's only two things people want to see you do.
Yeah.
They want to see you build something because it's inspiration for something they might want to do, or two, they want to see action, mobs, horde, mini hordes. They want to see you doing looting. Like they want to see something action. If you're just sitting around mining, it is boring to the average viewer. If you're going to spend your 8 hours streaming doing nothing but mining or digging a hole, that's going to be boring to someone.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
It's either they want action. This generation wants action. They want something. They want to see something. I would love
to get some action right now, man.
You know, action or building. It's always you either inspire or you entertain. That's what 7 days is. If you're not doing either one of those, then it
goes back to what we said earlier about like the beard stroke and the beard tug. If I go on a Drunk's channel and I see him building, I don't know, let's say an arena. Well, I want to build an arena. We talked about building an arena, doing a arena. This is an A15, and the archers were coming in A16. So we were like, all right, we'll wait on building the Coliseum. Then I went and there was another streamer building the Coliseum, and I was like, oh God. Don't scavenge every day for the entire stream month.
Yeah, Mora asked where do I get my inspiration. It's just
some people might like to watch that
imagination.
Two fingers.
If you play Dungeons and Dragons, pen and paper, you have an imagination.
Oh, Ozzy.
And I played Dungeons and Dragons for many, many years, where I was a player and a DM, and so I have a wild imagination on building, right? What would be fun for my guys on the server? Because that's the one thing about being a single player. I don't have a Joe or a Matt to play with where we play just two people on a server and be creative together. I have to go out and use my viewers. And that's why I love playing games where my viewers will play along. Because I want to build a community that way. Right? And that's one of my beefs with you guys. It's not your fault. I don't blame you for doing it. I hate the sub community. I hate sub communities with a passion. That's why I don't do them. But it works well with some streamers out there. And that's fine. I'm not going to criticize you guys.
No. You're absolutely fine, man. I love this. Me and Arkham had a different opinion on something, and that's the beauty again of the different streams. And again, sometimes it just comes into the explanation. Maybe you haven't heard a good enough explanation or one that you deemed one that made sense.
Sure.
I've said straight up, like, let me give you an example with me, right? So we've had a lot of people that have asked, like, I want to do a subsistence playthrough with Luvitar because he's played subsistence a lot, and I don't know it real well, and I'm not a big fan of it. And so I'm like, all right, well, maybe Luvitar, who I've watched him play a lot, maybe he'll help me out. Gives us a chance to play with the Beer Brigade, right? Part of the problem, people ask all the time, do you get to play? I've known Matt 25 years. He has literally adapted to my thinking and my play style.
Way of playing, right.
He knows how I play, right?
Right.
I'm very type A. So whenever I go into a game and I start doing something, it's not that I don't want to play with somebody. It's just that I don't always play well on stream. Off stream's different story. I can play with people and play games. I have no problem. When it comes to stream, I'm trying. You got to remember, I do 90% of the talking, right? So 90% of the time, or let's say 85%, 85% of the time, I'm
You can
keeping
90.
90% of the time, I'm keeping chat going, keeping up with this stuff. And so what happens is that we've thought out what we're gonna do and something like that. And sometimes people come, they get on the camera, and they're trying to do this and that. It becomes distracting. And at the same time, I don't do well. I have ADD, so I don't do very well talking on comms with people. It's one thing. Gottini, who streams with us, she's one of our mods, right? She does a lot of stuff for us. She has literally learned my style of how I play.
Right.
And we don't even get on comms with her. I love talking to Gottini. I think Gottini is fantastic. But I personally, as a caster, I struggle being on comms. Like, for example, right now, I have nothing up. I am not playing a game, so I can only focus on you. That is actually a limitation of myself. And so it's just one of those things where, exactly, Louitar. It's one of those things where I know that's one of my weaknesses. So to get to the sub server, we've had people ask that. We have 425 subs is one of our problems.
Do you let any non-subs play?
We can, and we have in the past.
Okay.
So first off,
that's the big thing, right?
Let me explain this, okay? First off, look into my eyes. One of the problems we've had from the get-go. So you have to understand something. This is a community. It's a community made of people from very different backgrounds. There are people that I've talked to that have reached out to us in private that have physical ailments, mental ailments, that have been abused, that have been molested, that have been that are having a hard time. I've had people that have talked about committing suicide. I've talked about different. We people all walks of life. We have people that financially can support us, people that cannot, people that would love to do this and cannot. We get it. So we're very open. The Beer Brigade, one of the requirements is a face cam. We have people on there though that are on there that sometimes do not use face cams, and we know that. That was a big thing that came up one day. We are not. It is not black and white. Nothing in this world should be black and white, in my opinion. There's always that gray area when it comes to, hey, look, I love you guys. I think you're a great person in the community. I think you're fantastic, and you don't use a face cam. But I think you're a perfect fit for our team. Why would we not put that on our team because of that one thing? A person's in the community, a person's involved and does all this stuff. They have no financial means to sub and play on our server. Why would I limit that person? But at the same time, we can't open the door for everybody. Okay, you have to have a limitation. There are 424 subs, people that pay to sub to us right now. Our server cannot handle more than 30 people. Right. So the reason why we went to a sub server was we had to put some kind of, there's a priority to this first, right? Over time, it dies out and stuff like that. And that's why we've always done, for example, the sub server, because of that issue right there. There are people that have been able to get on there that are not subs. I find that a lot of people do not play on the sub server because we don't play on it that much in all reality. And we've talked about even just getting rid of sub server. A lot of times servers and communities, as much as I love everybody, can be ginormous headaches. Running servers is a ginormous headache at times. There are people that are not streamers that run servers, and I know they deal with the same headaches. When Matt and I got into this, it wasn't to be a server hosting company. It was to be streamers. And we naturally thought that, as a streamer, I can provide this in the community, and it's a great thing, and we can do this. And that's why we started doing it. But they can be a nightmare. And they can take a lot of the joy out of it and distract us from this. And what happens is people like Jenks and Malgus or Gottini and some of our other mods, they end up having to deal with some of the issues that arise on it. And a lot of them are we're adult community here. A lot of them are very childish issues. And it's like, okay, honestly, I don't want to deal with, we look, taken away from it. And it's usually only a couple of people that cause the issues. So we've talked about it, just getting rid of it. I get it. There are people that are like, hey, I don't keep people off my servers. I don't believe it. Sub servers. I think that every scenario is a little different when it comes to, you got to look at it, man. You got 1,000 people that are supporting you, let's say financially. You try to have something extra, right? A game, it's like saying this.
Right. You got to find something to reward your subs. I get it.
The legendary beer. Someone pays $100, gets legendary beer with their sound. I get it. There are some people that cannot do that. At the same time, I really want a Ferrari. Does not mean I will get one.
Nope.
So, as much as I'd like to,
I'm promise
I wouldn't
you,
fit in a Ferrari. Who am I kidding?
I promise you, with this pay, we're not getting 4 hours.
Them running well below capacity. I've subbed to a number of different streamers, well servers. I'm not sure alone, and wish I could play in all of them, but there's not enough in the hours in the day. Pull me into an application for part-time work. So that's kind of like our thought process on sub servers. And the way it is, I'm not really usually pretty public, but because I asked you questions and you're pretty open about it, I will say that yes, we have let people on that have not subbed, and I don't want that to feel. Here's what I will say: do not ever sub just to join a server, ever.
But people do that. But people do that. But people do that among streams. That's one of the biggest things.
Yes.
We've had this major discussion how some streamers are so seedy on how to get money from their viewers when they shouldn't.
Yeah.
And that really irks me up to the 10th degree. I hate it. I hate it.
Look, let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you a reason to sub. A sub is based upon support of you want to give support to the streamer. Okay? If you have the financial means to do it and you want to support them, by all means do it. You get little perks, you get emotes, you get whatever, blah blah blah. You want to do a legendary beard, you get this and that. Let me tell you something. The greatest support you can give a streamer is just knowing who they are, spending some time in their channel.
Just hanging out in the chat.
That is it. Do that, and that costs $0.
Yep.
I guarantee you, Drunk would be okay with another 50, 60 people hanging out in his channel and not paying him a damn thing.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I've always enjoyed, which is going to hurt me, and this is another discussion, is the music. I know people who come to listen to my music and lurk, and they play their video game or whatever they're doing. They're cooking, cleaning, whatever, and they listen to my stream for the music. I get it's like a jukebox for them. I get that.
People come listen to Joe's thing.
Yeah, so I have no problem. But now with the music problem situation, that's going to be more difficult to do. I'm going to have to
very frustrating.
Work around on that.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So I want to bring this up. I didn't want to get to this yet. I hate this question, but I mean they're good questions as well. But 2 questions got brought up about the Beard Brigade.
Scrunch or fold?
No, we didn't ask the scrunch or fold. 2 questions got brought up about the Beard Brigade, and I hate this question because I feel like there's no way to ask this without it sounding like terrible, or big-headed. But Drunkenuff, your thoughts on the Beard Brigade or a stream team? What are your thoughts?
Absolutely.
Do you think it was good? What did it benefit to you? I hate this question.
No. I had my reservations about it because usually I'm more of a rebel. I like to do things on my own.
Yeah.
I've always been that way. I'm not a person who normally joins a guild in a game. I'm kind of just like a rebel without a cause kind of thing. But I was intrigued because I knew you guys will watch your streams enough, and you had watched my stream enough, and I enjoyed you guys, and so I had no problem taking the chance or whatever, being part of the team and so forth, and I've been happy with it. I've had, I watch other people from the Beer Brigade. Adam's a perfect example. I go over and watch his stream a lot, and whatnot. And I watch other people on like CB. I went over and watched his stream the other day for a while. That was interesting. So in a good way.
That was interesting.
Good stream.
CB.
And I want to make Joe and Matt laugh. But I watch others. If I follow a number of people, and if they're not like my normal people, I don't watch is on. Then instead of lurking through the browsing section trying to find someone to stream, I just go up to the Beer Brigade and see who else streaming from the Beer Brigade and pull up their channel.
Oh man, you couldn't have said that any better. Keep going.
And help support them. They're part of the team, and a lot of them have helped me. So why not help them? I believe in karma. I believe in yin yang philosophy that if you help the community is going to help you.
Yeah.
That's. It might not be right away. It might not be real quick, but eventually they will get around to helping you. So if you help other people, i.e. other streamers, and support them, they're going to come support you eventually, right? Or it's going to eventually the world of, I guess, the full circle spectrum. It's all going to come around eventually.
Okay, so real quick, CB, please do not accost our guest, please. Do not yell at our guest tonight, okay? please Mods, can we make sure CB has brought down the the tone? For the most streams, it's more or less just being in a social club. Most don't have the extra time to maximize team's potential other than hosting each other. Yes, 2 fingers, so thank you. So let me tell you our thing, and I know you guys have heard us 1,000 times, and guess what?
Shut up, Joe.
All right, we might have to put him in a box. This is about me and Drunk. All right, so let's talk about the team real quick. This is really why I don't like this question, because I always feel a little, I'm going to be honest, I feel uncomfortable. Because I feel like I don't want anybody, I'm waiting for the person to be like, I don't like the team. I think it was a terrible idea. But I think those people have left the team. So those people have voluntarily probably left the team. Here's the thing about a stream team. And
I do have a question for you too, Joe.
Okay, cool.
God.
Do you want me to ask it now, or do you want me to finish my thought on this?
Well, hold a thought.
And is this
on your stream,
yeah,
where it says 7 days to die on there, how come you don't have the Beard Brigade as one of your code words?
What do you mean? Like our title?
No, you got the Beard Brigade there, but you got 7 days to die survivalist. Pumps paracord and
like community?
Yeah, why don't you have that down under your thing?
I don't know, because I think we didn't do one for a community thing because we have a team.
We didn't do a community. We
wanted it to be exclusive to the people on the team. For example, like the shirts. We wanted the people that are specifically part of the Beer Brigade team to only have access to these shirts with their names on. Does that make sense? Where a community is kind of open for everybody. We wanted the people on the team to kind of feel like, that it was something that they could feel proud to be a part of and that kind of thing.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That was, I think why. About to say title stuff, man, I got no control over that. Matt does all of that stuff. I just talk. All right, so let me talk real quick about this. Let me before I talk what Two Fingers said, let me address what Drunk said. Drunk hit it best. Here's what I've always said about the Beer Brigade when we first started this. Okay, we wanted another place. We wanted a thing that was favorited for you to go if you had no one, if you didn't know who to watch, your guy wasn't on or your girl wasn't on. Hey, here's a bookmark. Here are people that Matt and Joe have watched that they like. Let me go check these guys out. So instead of going into the directory and browsing around, maybe go check one of these guys out or one of these girls out first. That was all we wanted. We wanted to give you some guidance. It was kind of like someone saying, hey, do you guys got a list of favorite books? Yeah, sure. We love these books here. If you're not reading something else, go check out these books. That is exactly what this whole thing started from, okay? Look, I will not lie to you about this. When we came up with the Beer Brigade, it was a badass idea to think about it. What if we got all beard people in there, and only bearded people? And then I was like, yeah, but then I was like, I know some really cool people, right? Like Alec Rush, and I knew like Pocket Ninja, and I knew like CB the Great. None of them have beards, and it was like, it was like, how do you exclude them? Right? The reality of that, we were like, we're kicking out a ginormous part of the people that would bring so much to the team. All right, so we created a team. As a viewer, I much prefer a team of stand-proof streamers rather than just being a social club or as open as a community. Yeah, nerd, exactly. Okay, I agree with that. Nice.
Well, I can say this openly.
Yeah.
I probably would have never found CB. I probably would have never found Adam if I wasn't part of the Beer Brigade.
I need Ritalin to watch Adamus, by the way. I have to like tone it down to watch him because I feel like I'm gonna have a seizure at times when I watch him.
And same thing with Alex. I would have never met Alex too either. All the people in the Beer Brigade, I would have never met these people more than likely.
What up, Mushmouth?
Unless I was in the Beer Brigade.
Yeah.
Because I don't go out searching for certain. I don't go out looking for a certain it's element of a streamer. I don't go, okay, let me find some woman with a big tatas, or let me find some guy with a big beard, or let me find some 14-year-old. No, I don't have I guess you would say an idea of who to find,
Yeah.
Like when I go to a game and go, okay, let me check out what Miscreated's about. I don't go to the first person.
Dude, you're speaking my language.
I look at the title. I look at, do they have a cam? Do they have too many bells and whistles on their stream? I have certain ideals of what I want to look for, and then I'll click on them, and if they're interesting, they keep me, proactive in, watching the stream, then I stick around and watch it.
So it's funny you said that. Here's the problem I have with Twitch. Dude. You don't have to sub, dude.
Thank you for that sub. Yeah, Ty Parks and Beer Strokes in the chat.
Much love.
Nice.
Thank you, Mushmouth. Get some beer strokes in the chat. All All right, so check this out. Here's the thing I have a problem I have with Twitch, right? I'm like you. Where do I start? Now, I will not lie. I start at the bottom of the list in the directory usually. Depending on the game, I can't go to the bottom of, wow, it's goddamn 30,000 pages, right? But the reality of it is I start at the bottom. And the problem is this. Well, now I got to spend more than 10 minutes in this channel because I got to get vested into it.
Moria.
I can't make a decision on the first 10 minutes.
Moria, we got your
So I got to
package.
wait. How do you have the time to do that? You know what I mean, Drunk? Like, and that's the problem I have with Twitch. Is like it could take forever before you find someone else that is really good that you like.
Right.
That is where the team comes in. It was a place for us to say, hey, just check these people out real quick. You may not like any of them on the list, but here is a spot for you to check out some of these people. These are people that we spent time and we checked out. There are a lot of people we've been through that, hey, they're not my style, and that's the reality of that. So, all right. So to go back to the whole team thing. So when we created the stream team, remember I was working a full-time job and I can't get the ramps to lie down on the side. Can anyone help me? Are you holding down the R button?
Hold down R.
Hold down R and then you can change the orientation, like click the different things. So here's the next part. Here's the next part with the Beer Brigade. We started this Beer Brigade. We were like, this would be pretty cool to have a team of people that we suggest. That was the original idea of the Beer Brigade. And then we thought, dude, you know how cool it would be if we can make something happen with this, okay? Like, what if we could use this as a driving force on Twitch to do something of greater good, all right? So we created the Justice League.
That's new.
Okay, so we didn't create Justice League. But the third thing is this, okay?
Wow, y'all are powerful. Just create Justice League.
We decided when we were doing this that the problem is with teams is that a long time ago, the application process used to have a spot that said, are you affiliated with any programs or teams and stuff like that? At one point, being on a stream team could have swayed some judgment because some stream teams are hard to get on at Twitch, could have really helped, in the application process. You look at the partnership application now, it does not include that question anymore. That question is gone, okay? So Matt and I thought, how neat would it be to be able to do that, right? To have an impact on Twitch in an area, in a community that we could help grow. What happened was, over time, I think people started getting the misconception that if I join a team, I become partner. And that's not what a team does.
I never thought that. I don't think
you think that. But there are people that think that. And there are people that think that, well, if I join this, I have an opportunity to get partnered. I have an opportunity to get this. There's always, in Twitch, you're always looking for opportunities to network and meet more people, right? And to grow your brand and your community. But at the same time, you're not looking to piggyback off something. The Beer Brigade isn't some kind of like, hey, guys, go rebrand your channel. No, nope. It's you're a part of a group of people that are pretty cool people in the community that usually have a pretty positive impact. Sure. And that's what it is. It's not about changing who Drunk is or CB's channel or, Pocket Ninja's channel. So so as time went on, there were people that joined the team. There were people that left the team. And at the same time, one of the problems is that Matt and I not being full time, it was hard to commit the extra. We were continually trying to grow our community, grow our channel, which still are. We always will be. We will never stop trying to grow. So we're doing that. Well, how do you fit into the team, right? How do you make this team something special for everybody that's on it? And Matt and I kind of felt like, maybe we were letting people down and there wasn't enough that we could do for the team. And when we went full time, that was a big deal for us. And we've sat down and we rewrote a lot of people and said, hey, guys, this is...
Moria, did you hear that I said we got your other package?
Hey, White, I missed your other question a second ago.
Yeah. No, I had something to my eye.
White, can you copy your last question, dude?
I'm good.
So we came down and we revisited the team. We talked to some people. Some people left the team. Some people were removed from the team because they didn't reply back. And the reality of it is, guys, look, if you're not in tune with the team, I don't know why you're in here, right? You know what I mean? Like, why are you on the team? If you're not part of the team, then what's the point of being on the team? Like, honestly, it's not a title to put at the bottom of your stream, okay? Now what Matt and I are wanting to do is, okay, we want this team. Thank you, Malfeas. If you want this team to be something now, we want to make it something special. We want it to be prestigious. We want people to see people like Drunkenuff in it, in Arkham, and Bearded Guys, and think that, you know what, I want to be a part of that group. That's a group that's going to help each other, that's going to troubleshoot things, that's going to critique each other if they have questions, that's going to host me, that's going to boost me up when I'm down. I want to look at it as, hey, we can take this team and do some kind of once-a-year group charity type thing. Now, these are far goals for us. Very, very, very far goals. But the first thing we wanted to start with, we wanted you guys to feel like you were part of something important. So that's why we came up with the shirts. Matt and I said, hey, let's take some of the money that we made, let's turn around and give it to the team and have you guys feel special. Now, we did these shirts, and a lot of people have said, hey, we want these shirts. We like these shirts. And I'm like, but the problem is, it kind of goes to the community question. We did a team so that it would be exclusive, and I'm not trying to keep people out
How
of
about
it.
this? How about this? How about next year we make TwitchCon a thing for the group?
Okay, so that's one of the things we talked about.
The only thing for the bits.
We talked about it. This year we're going to meet about 4 people at the group. I think next year that's one of the things we want to do. We have more people wanting to know.
See, I wanted to go to TwitchCon this year, but I've just not enough people I knew was going, and I hate going to California. But and so that's why I didn't go. But now that all of a sudden I know certain people are going, it's kind of like, well, shit. If I had known they were going, you know, not just you two, but the other people that I follow, I'm like, well, frick. So I didn't go this year, and it's too late to get that organized. So I'll definitely be going next year. So I would definitely love to see it.
We've got a lot of people that have been saying they're going to go next year, and I'm hoping we're gonna talk more about that. To kind of, I want to make it to where that is actually a thing where we can get the people to go. The problem we have is we get a lot of people that say, well, let's finish my thought process on the team. So that's why we came up with the shirt idea. Then we said the next step is we want to do the spotlights. Okay. So if you think about it, guys, on the spotlights, this is our second one. I don't know. Can you guys in the chat tell us, is it a yay that you like these, or is it a nay that you don't like these?
The shirts?
Give us, no, the spotlight. Give us a yay in channel if you like what we're doing with Drunkenuff and what we did with Arkham. This was the next phase. We felt like, what can Matt and I do? We got on the stream team for the Fun Pimps, right? We okay, bonus, right? We capitalize on that. That's great. We get giveaways to give away on Friday nights. Tends to be really busy. Check it out. How about we bring the Beer Brigade members in our busiest, just like an interrogation.
Prime.
You know, how about we bring them in our busiest time and give them an opportunity to talk about who they are? That was the idea.
No waterboarding. Okay?
And that was the idea. And so to think that we've done only 2 people, they've been epic in my eyes. I've loved them. And we have another 30 people that we're going to be doing coming up. Guys, that's almost an entire year of people. We're adding some more members in November. That is a year that we're going to have that, and it's going to evolve further. There are other ideas that we have about the Beer Brigade. Again, talking about what you just said about like a meetup. The idea is for people to want to be a part of this and to feel like, you know, I've gotten to this. I see this community. That it's a community that even people outside of 7 Days to Die know about. And that is the goal of the Beer Brigade now. So, all right. And I saw the question that White Marcella asked. White Marcella asked a question. He said, if you could turn back time, is there anyone you would second guess making a member of the Beer Brigade? All right. So I'm going to say this. Anybody that I would second guess is probably no longer on the team. Okay. And the reason why I say that is we have removed like 2 people because they didn't respond back. That's it.
Patience, Mal. Just patience, Mal. I'll say something.
There's like 2 people that we heard that we didn't hear back from. Everybody else that's left has left on their own accord. So I would say that there is nobody on the team that's on the team now that we would remove. I think that's kind of a really touchy question. We're not really to judge on, you know, hey, we wouldn't have put this on. We created this Beer Brigade. The Beer Brigade idea has evolved over time. So where it's at now, there's more restrictions to get on the Beer Brigade with the whole application process. Every member that's on it now, I'm extremely proud that they're on that team. I feel like it is a duty of ours to try to make it something big for them. I feel like Matt and I have a commitment to those guys to offer whatever we can to help those guys and girls out and to make them feel like it actually means something. So, without naming, but there was a situation where you, Matt, looked back and were like, maybe this person should have been part of the Beer Brigade. No, man, I really feel like the only thing that I would say, I would go back and say, I do have a question about that statement, but I feel it would be best done in private. Oh, okay. Yikes. I feel like in regards to that question, there are people that I wish that I had approached it differently on some of the Beer Brigade stuff. Like we had approached like helping them out. Kismet, beer.
Kismet, thank you for that.
Kismet.
In a row. Guys, high five some beer folks in the chat.
Thank you, Kiz. Beer tug for you, sir.
Vinatieri. I love Drunkenuff.
Also, much love to Drunk. Keep on rocking it, guys.
They're
Smiley
harping
face.
on you, Joe, talking too much.
I like how he says we're being too serious. I think it's not. I mean, we're not trying to create a show, right? This is an organic thing. This is us talking back and forth. And
it's your second spotlight, so you're getting.
Yeah, I mean, it's evolving.
Yeah. Sure.
Amazing Kismet's still awake.
So, do you have any? Do you have any statements on what I said about the Beer Brigade? What about some things that you would change? What are some things you would change on the Beer Brigade? And be okay. We're open to it because I want the information so we could ponder it. You know. What are you talking about? There's a hair that's longer. What is going on? Go big screen. Hold on, guys.
Hair longer than the other one.
Hold on. Go big screen. Where's the hair at? I got a long hair. They said. Where? Right here? Where is it? Where the hell is it? Right there? In. There. Nope. Brush it back. All right, just ignore it. No waterboarding.
Hide it in your beard. Just hide it. Just tuck it up in your beard.
I try to do that. Like, good lord.
Just tuck it in there.
Derail the train. All right, go ahead.
All right. When it comes to the community, all right, let's talk about the community. Beer Brigade. All right. First and foremost, joining a community, whether it be Beer Brigade or whatever community, it is not a platform to get you partnered. All right. It is not a platform to get you 100 more viewers. It's not a platform to change the whole scope of your stream. Now, can it change your stream a little bit? Certainly. You might get a little bit more of a push because of being part of a community, and that's fine and dandy. But don't expect that. That's just something that comes naturally. All right. So if you join a community, be it, like I said, Beer Brigade or some other community, don't go in there with high hopes that this is going to be the end-all thing for you. No, you still got to do what you got to do. All right. The pressure's still on you to do what you have to do as a streamer. If you want to become a full-time streamer, you have to have so many things that involves you. You have to, if you want to be if you really want to be a streamer full-time, and this is why I tell people don't. If you want to become a full-time streamer, don't do it, because you got to have several factors to be a full-time streamer. You got to be thick-skinned. You got to have very little ego. You got to have a short-term memory. You got to have a commitment. You've got to have all these other elements. There's like 15 things that you got to have to be a full-time streamer to make it work for you. And then only if then you might be successful, right? So a lot of people get into it with the idea that streaming is going to be, they're going to start streaming, they're going to quit their job, and that's the end of it. They'll be playing video games the rest of their life for money. It doesn't work that way. Not everybody's cut out to be a full-time streamer. Not everybody's cut out to be most people are just cut out to be a casual streamer. However, being part of a community does help. It does help, but it's not the end-all situation. It's not going to be the one that's going to get you over the top. You still have to do that yourself.
I think all that is
but you did hit the nail on the head, though.
Yeah, I think that you couldn't have said any better, honestly.
Because that's what a lot of people think, is that they're going to join a stream team or a community like this, and it's automatically going to put them on the road to success.
Yeah, the money's gonna come flying. Oh, yep. I'm gonna be a millionaire tomorrow. I'm gonna be. Oh yeah. I'm part of Beer Brigade. Now I don't have to do anything. I can stream 2 hours a day and I'll be a zillionaire.
I mean, I mean, I get like, you know, like you're going to get people that watch you, right? The idea behind this is that more people will have awareness of Drunkenuff, right? Who Drunkenuff is on the team.
Most everybody knew who I was already.
Exactly. And that's kind of the point of that, is that like Drunk's a veteran who's been around since 2013.
It's like it's what I told Ark. I said, Ark, you're going to get a nice bump from this, right? Because you don't have a lot of followers. You're going to get a nice bump from the BBG guys. I'm not worried about a bump for this.
Yeah.
I'm here to help the 7 Days community. I'm here to help people who have ideas about becoming a streamer, who have ideas to become a better streamer, who have ideas to be part, 7 Day questions, that kind of stuff. I'm here to give, knowledge. I'm not here to get notoriety. I'm not here to get 200 followers or 50 subs. That's, if it does, great. But most everybody in the 7 Days community knows who Matt and Joe are, and most of them know who I am already.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not worried about that. I didn't come here for, helping of my channel. I came here to help people. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a really good point, right? That's a really good point. I like how, hey, Futar, you said this about my Coke. That's actually was funny as hell. I about spit my Coke out when you said it. I have Publix generic cola. I found this in the garage. I figured I put it in the fridge to start drinking it. I do like it. It's pretty good. It's not as good as the regular Coke, though. That's for sure. So Two Fingers asked a question I want to hit up, and White Marcella hit a question I wanted to ask. But I also want to expand upon what he said. So what Drunk said, that's really the truth, right? So Matt and I are doing this to utilize our stream in case there. Let me say this: there are people when I watch inside of oh no, Vin Terry, no, you didn't offend anybody, buddy. There are people I watch in Games for Kicks channel. 300 people in his channel. There's probably 100 names I still do not know and do not recognize in the 7 Days Live community.
Because he is German. And so he talks with a German accent.
Well, he comes from YouTube.
Yeah, but it's the YouTube.
He comes from YouTube, and there's a lot of new people on the platform. My point is this. There may be people in here that don't know Drunk, or people that don't know us still. You may have seen our names, may not have the opportunities, but maybe some people don't know, because they spend a lot of time on our channel, how cool Drunk is to watch. So I think that's going to be a benefit. But I think at the same time, it's really to show that, guys, the people that are on this team are on this team just to have a damn title. They're on this team because of who they are as a person in their stream, and why have we watched them and put them on the team? Okay? That is the thing. That is the biggest thing for us. What Matt and I want out of these spotlights is to take advantage as much as possible to bring more awareness to our team, our members, have something for people to watch. Because we're expanding outside the community. What I mean by that is this. This is going to go to Two Fingers' question. Two Fingers says, how many people in your team don't stream like 7 days more than, I don't know what you said, a couple times a week? I would say about a third of our streamers on our team now are no longer 7 Days to Die core streamers. So the team is bigger than just 7 Days to Die community. You got to remember that. There are people that are from other channels and other things that are we want to bring into the community here. We want to bring them into the Beer Brigade community, the Bearded Guys community, the Drunkenuff community, the Arkham community. Okay, we want to see all that. That is what it is. Now I will say, Two Fingers, the problem is with Matt and I spend out of 10 streams right now, we want to do like 7 days and 3 of them something different. But right now we're doing like 8 or 9 7 days and 1 of them something different. So naturally people find the team because of 7 days. So naturally it's a very 7 days heavy team. You got to remember that. And a lot of the people play that because remember, it goes back to the original people that joined this team were people Matt and I watched. I'm going to tell you something. I watch 95% of what I watch on Twitch is 7 days. Dude, I watched this mainly only. It's ridiculous. So the point is that as the team grows, it's going to grow outside of 7 days. And the idea is that I got to stop looking at it as just a 7 days community. It's just basically the community that we're all growing together. So 90% of the time, it doesn't matter what time of the day, I can always find someone on the team. The Ghost Rider, that is the other point, okay? Is we want to have a team that when you go on, there's somebody live. Well, thank God we got Drunkenuff. We kind of got a handicap with Drunkenuff with his marathon streams. But, you know, that was really something.
I've been bitched to about that before, believe it or not.
You were what?
I've been bitched to about that before.
Oh, for being on all the time?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had streamers complain to me, like, "Why are you always on? You never give me a break.
You know what?
I never can get viewers because you're always on." I'm like, that's not my fault.
Nope. It's nobody's responsibility but your own for your stream. Part of the problem with Twitch is a lot of people are more concerned about other people's channels and don't focus enough on their own.
Yep.
That is a problem. You need to worry about your channel and what you got going on. And when you go into a Drunkenuff channel, go in there to watch his channel and enjoy his channel and his community. That's what you got to do.
And if you see Beer Brigade in someone's channel, try to get them to talk in the channel. They won't do it, but try anyways. If you see them in the viewer list, try to pull them out.
I lurk a lot in the channels. I'm pretty bad about that.
Yeah, CB,
you give me Wendy's, babe?
Hey, Captain Remoyo. How you doing, bud?
Am I normal?
No,
okay.
It's...
Hang on, guys. Let me ask Drunk a question.
Sure.
So that he can give me an answer and I can type something real quick to my wife.
Yeah.
Why Marcelo said this? Did my last question get messed? No. Why Marcelo? Do you feel like anybody joined the Beer Brigade to kind of? Are you saying to like use the Beer Brigade as a way to get partnered or like as a way to try to grow their stream? Listen, I don't honestly think Beer Brigade has made anybody any better or has really benefited anybody's stream, honestly. Maybe the members on the team would feel differently, and that would make me feel good.
Well, I get hosted more by Beer Brigade than I did before, so that helps. That does help. And I've hosted people who are part of Beer Brigade.
No, they talk have with me and Banlish and Dreaded Ed Chat. What now, Hugo? I missed the rest of that. So I just like streaming at times because sometimes they miss channels I love, so I sneak downstairs and turn on a few. Yeah, so like I don't really think like the Beer Brigade has done anything. So if anybody's gotten into the stream team thinking that they were gonna get somewhere, they're probably really sorely mistaken. Yeah.
I mean, you're only gonna get into it. Yeah, like you're only gonna get out of it what you put into it, though.
100%. You're only gonna get out of the stream team what you put into it. With a family of support. Yeah, and but still random. That's more what we want now. We want to have an area. Midnight Designer suggested this and said this, and we already had this up. But we want to have an area that, for example, people that get on the team can find ways if they have troubleshooting questions or problems or things that maybe Drunkenuff's come across that we haven't come across before, that they can easily, instead of having to find something, shoot something over to Drunk, say, "Hey, Drunk, I'm having a problem with this. Any suggestions or any advice on this?" You know what I mean?
Well, to answer what they're talking about, and I've seen several things about this, about getting a mega server with streamers. I have tried that many times over and over and over.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're saying this.
The big problem, and this is not a knock on Matt or Joe or Kismet or Banlish or Tex Cub or whoever, a lot of people, all right, and myself included, we have egos. And they won't admit it, but they don't want to play on someone else's server. They want their own server. And yeah, you can come play with them, but they want to play on their server. And that's the problem, is trying to get people mindset and say, look, it can be your server. Just come play together with everyone else. And that's the big hurdle because we have our own communities. Tex has got his own community. Banless has got his own community. Kismet's got his own community. Matt and Joe's got their own community. I've got my own community. And it's trying to dissolve those egos so that we can all come together on one simple server where we can have fun. You can bring your people. You can bring your people. You can bring your people. And we can have one mega server. But, we can all stream off of it and talk about what we're doing and how we're working together on certain projects, et cetera, et cetera. It can happen. It's just I got to break those egos down.
Okay.
I got to.
So I will answer that on our side. Very open. I've said it. Very open. Hey, baby, how you doing? Sassy A was my daughter, guys. I'm very open to the fact that I don't play well with streams because it's hard to coordinate it. Guys, the way that Kismet, for example, or Drunkenuff or CB streams is different than how I play or how we stream. The content they provide. Look, CB may not want me jumping off and dying in a canyon 10 times. In our stream, you guys are sick and sadistic. It works for you. But it may not work in Drunkenuff stream. What happens, I don't know if it's so much egos as it is just different personality types.
But why couldn't we do something like this? You take that quadrant of the map. Kismet takes that quadrant of the map. Another streamer take that quadrant. I'll take this quadrant. We can all be on the same server. And then if we want to work on something in the middle together, we could. But you can build up whatever you want to build up on your corner of the map. And that'd be it. Yeah, no.
So it's funny. I will give you an example because I've seen some servers where multiple streamers have run on it, and it always ends in issues. It goes back to people have a style that they play, okay?
Right.
And there's a reality to it. I'm gonna say that I do not believe it's necessarily just ego. Now there are people with egos. I definitely believe that, hands down. But there are also just a lot of people that don't play well with others. We've had this question right here. Why do you guys not have a server up? Which is actually, Drunk, if you remember the email we sent out, we talked about providing a Beer Brigade server, strictly Beer Brigade, having a server that is streamable. Here's where the problem lies with that. First thing, why don't we do a lot of collaboration? For starters, there's 32 different people on the team. Coordination and logistically, it's a nightmare.
Not all 32 play 7 days too.
What's that?
Not everybody on the team plays 7 days.
Exactly. So that's one of the problems. That is a huge logistical nightmare. So we talk about, let's throw up a big server. The problem is, okay, so if Drunk's in one quadrant and I'm in another quadrant, then what is the point of having that server with everybody on it if there's not a time when they don't work together? Now, it does allow and lends the opportunity to play together, which I agree with. But for example, with Luvitar, I'm a very big planner. So when we go to do with Luvitar the multi-stream, that'll be something that I sit down with him and talk and set it up and say, okay, Luvitar, here's the deal. We want to go this many days doing this. What are the tasks that we're going to do it? That is how we approach our stream. It goes back to that is, how it works. Where, thank you, Maligaro Bearstroke. Nice. Where sometimes it's not easy to coordinate that.
What? Love you guys. Best community ever.
So that's kind of like my rebuttal or arguments to that. I also think that, sometimes it can come off as ego. I think that sometimes there's a communication barrier that does not get put down, though, at times. I think it'd be a hell of a lot of fun to do something where, you have a server and we have a war against this or a faction, something fun. But the coordination that it takes to do that is unreal. I mean, it really is a large task. So, you can, if you want to rebuttal that or anything.
No, I believe you. No, that makes sense.
I promise, considering you love for 7 days in the community, if ever at AAA would decide to do with a full partnership, but you had to be exclusive, would you guys ever consider banning 7 days? All right, I'll answer that. I'll answer that towards the end because, that's a little more just towards us, White. If you don't mind hanging around, I'll answer that one. I'm not gonna lie. We had a BGG collab with G4K. We played on. So back to the. I play on other people's servers, by the way. I play with G4K on his server a couple times. Oh, we had a great time. It was great. It just kind of goes back to someone's got to start it. Someone's got to initiate it. We talked with CB about doing a Hunger Games for a long time ago. We were literally waiting for it. The coordination it takes to do it is very, very hard. It's very challenging. And ask CB. There's a lot of times CB's had to approach me outside and be like, hey, can we do this? Our schedule is full. It's ridiculous. I know that sounds silly, but it is. There's a lot of things that we do, and it's hard, man. We were going to do a thing with Brown Bear Gamer, this roleplay thing, Drunk. I've never done one. He had like this victims game. I really wanted to do it. I was really excited. But the problem is, reality, we could not fit it in, dude. Right now, not until next year. We just could not fit it in. People will cry about Horror Nights or that someone stole their bike when the server is simply glitching. It's not worth the headache. It isn't. Yeah, Two Fingers, I think that there's a greater chance of causing issues if you're not careful than it is. While it seems fun to play with the others, and a lot of times it is, and I think it's the ultimate thing, I think it has to be approached tactfully if you're not careful. But I do want to do something like that. Make the Hunger Games happen. I want that, man.
That would be awesome.
Shut up. Not you. Somebody else. So, anyways, that is one of the problems, and we all have different styles, right?
Right.
So, imagine this. Let's take non-immerse, right? So some people know non-immerse. Non-immerse does a lot of permadeath runs. He's playing 7 Days to Die again. Non-immerse is doing it. What good is non-immerse on our server? By the way, disclaimer, I like non-immerse's channel. I like watching his 7 Days to Die streams. His play style doesn't fit, for example, with like Drunkenuff's play style. So having that server for him in a greater sense sounds awesome. Hey, my favorite streamers. But it may not play well together. It may not play good.
All right. But that's to counter that.
Okay.
If you're a 7-day guy, you're not going to play the same way every time. Why not conform to a different play style?
CP equals cancer in the butt ass.
Okay. To rebuttal that, why tell someone how to play 7 Days to Die? Right? So what I mean by that is there are people that do not like to build. Do not. There are people that do not like Insane. There are people that do not like running zombies.
Running at night, running all the time, yeah.
The problem is that the style in 7 Days is so broad that it's hard to really, pinpoint that. And I'm playing devil's advocate right now, by the way.
Some people don't
drunk forever. So.
Some people doesn't want to play mods. Some people want to
play
certain mods. Some people want to play this way. Some want to play that way. The time constraint. There's excuses.
But we should always be open, right? You should always be open to the things. I'm with you on that, dude. I completely agree. I'm just, like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate. That's just what I do when it comes to stuff like that. I know those are the issues. I also know that as running the team, we have to coordinate that. I
stream 15 to 18 hours a day playing 7 days. I can handle any coordination out there. I can run a server, no problem. I can handle any of the grifts or bitching. I lost my bike. I can teleport you anywhere, blah, 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 right? I can handle all that.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm not there for the next 12 hours, I would need someone to be able to handle that. I'm sure one of the streamers could handle that. But I would be there 80% of the time, whatever.
Yeah.
And problems we would take care of problems. I've talked to Tex Cub, who's on board to play. I've talked to Chloe, who has never played a mod, and she's interested in playing. Rose is on board. Random's on board. I can get Ark. We might be able to talk to Luvtar, depending on how he wants to play. So I can get a number of streamers. That's not a problem. It's just none of the big ones want to do it because it's not their server.
Well, I'm going to humbly disagree with you, though. That's not the case. I have, in fact, logged in 2 servers that do not belong to ours and have played on it.
Right. So they've been saying that, yeah.
And
War of the Walkers.
And I played on G4Ks and I played other people's servers. So that's not like really a fair statement on that.
Well, I'm not saying. I'm just putting it out there.
But it's a generalized statement, and so it's not really a fair statement to that. That's not really the case with that.
And then you rebuttal. That's what I'm saying.
I would just say that, like, for us, for example, I'm more of quit talking about it and do it, right? So listen. The reason why I say that is put the server up, go the invite, and we do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how. So let me call somebody out real quick. CB the Great. How long have we been talking about the other thing? A while, right? CB's been talking about doing this this thing, and the problem is we have to do it. We have to do it and not talk about it. People sit back and talk about streaming, and we don't do it.
I got this. I had a plan, an announcement I was gonna make, and I can make this announcement easily.
Do it. Oh, are you ready now or no?
All right.
I'm very nervous.
22nd of October is a Sunday. That's the day that the current server we have, we're going to blow everything up. We're going to boom, 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 boom. We'll take the 23rd off. And then on the 24th, which is my birthday, I'm going to start a 48-hour stream, brand new server I paid for, and we're going to rock a World of Walkers mod and hopefully get the mod developer to play with us, Dwall Lord. And boom, we're rocking on the 24th.
On October?
Yeah, my birthday, 24th October.
I'm down. I'm completely down with that. I am completely beyond down with that. Definitely down with that. That's the problem. Like, there's a lot of really good ideas. It's like I said, it just goes back to we gotta do it, right? We gotta do it. At one time, let's go get a foundation for this idea so we can move forward. But you see, my point is, CB, like, you have an idea. We don't have, it hasn't started. We haven't got a foundation for it, you know? But yeah, I'm definitely down. I'm definitely down for it, guys.
That gives us 11
about making
days.
the condition of being on the Beer Brigade.
That gives you 11 days to figure out what you want to do on the server, how you want to go about doing it, who you want to coordinate with, how you want to coordinate it. You got 11 days to figure out what you want to build on there.
Okay. I'm just going to let you know it's going to be magnificent.
That's awesome.
Just let you know.
No,
it's
it's
not
not going to
48
be
hours. I'm going to have to come back. You have to give me a break between the streams.
No, Lutar, we're not doing Spindrip's computer. I'm gonna buy one my own. I'm gonna do my own.
All right. Now, what about this? Okay, about this.
Uh-huh.
let me do this. Okay. Sure. In regards to
11 days to die.
So, guys, that has been coordinated here on the 20th.
And we'll have 11 days to figure out exactly how we're going to play, what difficulty, the hours, and such. That way, everyone's in agreement. We'll have everyone on board. Hunky dory.
So how about this? So let me talk about this though. I'm down with that, guys. We'll put that in the books. You just talk with us off stream about it, so we know, like, remind us and stuff like that. I'll put it on a calendar. So about that, let's talk about about the coordination of the builds too. The other problem is this. Here's the other problem. You have a server with 30 people, a 30 slot server, for example. This is another problem we've ran into. Matt and I play together. That's 2 slots, right? We have the Beer Brigade team. We have a Beer Brigade server. But what happens? You know, Pocket Ninja has so-and-so that plays with. Peep'em, I saw you in the channel. I'm going to pick on you for a minute. Zony, Beard Stroke.
Zony, thank you for the bed.
Nice,
I'm going to pick
Zony.
on you for a moment. Pocket
Nice,
Ninja.
Zony.
What's that?
Where's Sala? What's that, dude?
What happened? Oh. Let me pick on not Pocket Ninja, but Heefum for a minute. Alex Rush and Heefum played a lot together. So Alex Rush is on the team. Heefum's not. So what happens is you start taking 32 people that are on the team, and then you start saying, well, because of space, only you can come on, not this team.
Right.
Or not this group. And what happens is there goes another issue where, well, when I stream, I do it with Heefum because it makes it easier. And so if he can't be on the server, I'm not going to play on the server. That is the bigger picture of the
we won't have that problem. We won't have that problem because I'll make sure the server is big enough. I'll flip out a couple $100 for us, and we'll make it a massive server. I'll make it as big as possible so that everyone's community can play on the server if they want to play.
Sometimes it's the game that limits it, though, not the server.
True.
Like 7 Days to Die supports 18 people, bro. So we have an uncapped server actually. We have a dedicated server through Ping Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of them I use. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's an uncapped server. We can get as much space we want. The problem is 7 days.
Right.
We ran 50 people. We played 2 different playthroughs, 50 people in A15, A16. I get 30 people. That shit wants to die. It's the game. The game cannot support it. So it goes back to that we can't even provide a server big enough for our team. I'm just saying there's a bigger issue than just an ego, when we came to that. So
I think if everyone's in the same area, that's where a problem comes in. But if they're spread out among the server, I don't think that will be a problem. But yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. And we can make it happen. I mean, it's not a problem.
Well, just send me a slot. I don't care about anybody else.
You know how whenever we start a brand new server, every streamer has this problem. We start with 20 people, and after day 14, you're down to 10 people playing the server.
Dude.
Because
that's our sub-server. Our sub-server got 2 people holding strong.
People get bored of it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I get this problem. Well, if Drunk's not playing, he's sleeping. Why should I play?
Yeah.
we get the streamer-itis, where I only play when the streamer's playing.
Yeah, we will.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do I have to be playing? Why don't you play too?
Yeah.
Just play whenever you want to play. The server's open 24/7 as long as somebody's on there. I don't have to be playing it or streaming it. You can play too. I hate that.
Yeah, I get that. I see that a lot too. I watch a lot of streamers that play like with you on their servers and stuff like that. And you are like, you are the central figure of the server when it comes on there. And there are people that, they're waiting or excited when you come on to play that. You know what I mean? Finally, a team I belong on, Team Libra. I thought that said Team Liberal.
Team Libra.
But okay, so that's the thing with the servers, guys. When it comes to the thing, we've talked about doing things like with having multiple servers, trying to do an event. With the passing of Paco from the Starvation team, we reached out to Mortalentis. So we talked to Dreadhead Ed came to us about doing some kind of charity thing in the community. We talked to Mortalentis, the creator of Starvation. Problem is that they're trying to find out information on how to donate money. If there's a GoFundMe or a charity, they don't even have the thing. And the problem that what happens with that is that the coordination. How are we going to do it? Our idea was we just get a server for Ping Perfect, throw it up, and let all the creators that stream 7 days get on there and do something. Take care, Hal.
Bye, Hal.
Zoni, the problem with the sub server or the Lotto access to a server, you're talking about multiple channels, right? With your Drunk mentioned like 7 people, and you're talking multiple communities. You're talking hundreds of people that you're putting in how many spots, and that's the only thing about this. I mean,
Romeo, I'm sorry.
This is the best part about like this, about the Beer Brigade and like these spotlights. It gets to show you the varying opinions of how we approach things or our thought processes on things. That's what makes things different. The best part about it is we're not all going to agree about the same thing too, and we're not all going to think about the same thing. I think it's about I've talked to you guys about this, about being open and understanding of other people's thought processes and stuff like that. Listening to the feedback. There's stuff you're going to learn. There's ideas that maybe you never heard about or why something's tackled a certain way. Maybe there's a logistic thing that Drunk has run into that we haven't run into, and that he gets to open our eyes to it. But you start doing lottos, it gets complex, man.
You imagine if you guys, Tex and Kismet, were on a server together doing a multi-Twitch, how many viewers you guys would have?
Well, okay, so let's talk about that.
Look at it that way too. You probably have 400 or 500 people watching you all across the board.
Let's talk about that. Matt and I do a lot of stat searching when it comes to Twitch. Okay, the problem is 7 days holds a certain amount of people is one of the problems. It captivates a certain size audience. Now, some of these individual channels will bring people outside of that audience into it, but the number is actually a lot smaller. The problem is that a lot of the game dictates how many people are going to be watching that channel. Would we see some more people? Maybe. Maybe we would see some more people, but I don't know how great it would be. I think the hyping it up would be big, though. You know what I mean? Like, if you imagine all these different channels and communities hyping it up, it could be a really big thing.
It'd blow up,
yeah. Wait, someone told me. Chi-Chi, we have the Beer Brigade, and Drunkenuff's part of the Beer Brigade, and every Friday we're doing a spotlight. Drunkenuff is our most veteran person on the team. He's been around Twitch since 2013. So he's got a niche where he does a lot of 24, 48-hour streams type things. I think you guys should do something specific. Come together on a design concept and put it in play, not a random game server. I agree, Captain Romeo. I don't approach a lot of things. But for example, Drunk said the 24th. I'll put down 24th. We got somewhere to go. You know what I mean? That's how it has. That's how we do things. Everybody runs channels differently. You got to remember that.
Well, you guys will be back from TwitchCon by then, and y'all be itching to play 7 days.
Oh no shit, dude.
Yeah.
No crap.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. It'd be PvE.
Okay.
We're not gonna have any drama. Oh my god. Someone from the Beard Brigade just shot one of my guys, so we have to go in full force and get back at them. No, we're not going.
Good thing that you have PvP off.
PvE be completely.
I don't
PvE
intentionally
off.
Kill people.
Yeah, rocket launcher here, rocket launcher
They're all
there.
accidents. I swear, all of them have been accidents. I just want to throw that out there.
This current server, I've got 60+ player kills.
Holy shit. Okay, Drunk. There's a line.
NPCs count as player kills. NPC counts as player kills.
Okay. Oh, NPCs. Okay. Well, see, you guys all listen. I watch all y'all's channels, and y'all over there killing the NPCs, and I'm all like, "Can I get you some more water? You look parched." And you guys are all killing them. I can't kill the NPCs, man. But come together for something epic. No. Cat and Romeo. I mean, I get that. I'm with that. Guys, do you remember we did a collab with G4K? There's a YouTube video of it. We did a collab. We are not opposed to it. It's a matter of you have to understand something. Everybody's running channels, okay? Until those people get together and sit down. For example, we want to do a Beer Brigade Spotlight. We talked about Spotlight. Until I told Drunk, this date. Drunk had to remind me that it was this date.
Joe has a memory of a fucking 2-year-old.
Yeah. Until Drunk came back in, I was like, hey, this Friday. I was like, oh shit, it is this Friday. Until that happened, and we said, all right, send me your thing. Until that's concrete, that's how it happens. That's the problem. It's Elijah. When AC came out, I remember you trying to kill Matt for demo on new gun turrets. I don't know what you're talking about.
So the lesson here is, if you ever want to collaborate with anything with Matt and Joe, go to Matt, not Joe.
Yeah, no. Well, in all
honesty,
honesty, Matt,
go to Joe, go to Matt. Matt remembers things. He's got an elephant head. All right, he remembers shit. Joe doesn't remember anything.
Yeah, that's cool, man. No, we're good, CB. So all right, so let me ask the chat. Just chat. Do you guys got any more questions? I'm gonna think of some other stuff real quick, but do you guys got any more questions that you guys have about Drunkenuff, about streaming, about the Beer Brigade, about what's gonna happen on the 24th on his birthday? Woo-hoo. Do I have to buy you a present?
Nope. I turned 46.
How old do you turn?
46.
Wow. No. You look a day over like 47.
Yeah. Somebody needs to whisper Johnny that freaking subserver. He keeps asking for it.
Oh yeah, can a mod give Johnny the subserver information?
Is he ever drunk enough? If I've heard that 1,000 times.
What was his MOS?
But I was a 96 Romeo for my first 4 years, and 96 Bravo for the last 11 years.
I'm wondering, would you all be willing to play with noobs and teach some points of the game in a multi-stream game night? Yeah, I mean, again, this one that goes back to play styles, right? So what, for example, let's pull someone out of the air. Let's say a non-immerse does what Drunkenuff does, or what we do. Maybe all different styles when it comes to doing something, right? Yep. You might watch a G4K video or a Skippy video or a Cage video, and they approach the game differently.
Yeah, everybody has a different style. Everyone that's in the 7 Days community has a different style. I'm more of a chill, relaxed, let you listen to music. I'll answer questions about what I'm doing, or I'll talk to the chat, on occasion, or I might go on a rant every once in a while.
I'm a ranter too, man.
If you don't want to listen to music as much, but you want to hear description of the game going on, then you can turn into Kismet, or you can turn into Matt and Joe, or you can turn into Banlish. Or if you just want to sit back and relax and listen to your own music and just watch someone play 7 Days to Die, you can turn into Text Cub.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of different methods on how you want to watch it and so forth. So not everybody likes classic rock. That's what I play, classic rock. So if you don't like classic rock, you're going to watch another streamer. I get that.
I was thinking about Text Cub. What is Text Cub going to do when we're all in voice chat? He'll probably want to shoot me afterwards.
Well, wait a minute.
Well, who says hold
on. Who says you guys are going to be in voice chat? You guys hate Discord.
Hey, I can figure it out. Are we not using Skype? Because if not, we need to re-coordinate this. What do you say is the best way to measure a new stream's growth? There you go. Pop. So Pop asks, what would you say is the best way to measure a new stream's growth, Drunk?
Well, that's a tough question. Like, if you want to know if you're being successful in what you're doing, what I would do if you're a small streamer is set goals for yourself. So if you're sitting there with, let's say, 50 followers, you're not realistically going to get 10 followers that night. All right. Set yourself like a 2 or 3 follower thing, right? And if you reach that as a goal, you're successful in your own minds, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to set a too unrealistic of a goal. Like, if I want to get 10 subs today, that's not realistic for me. I don't ever get 10 subs in a day. So why would I expect today to get 10 subs? Realistically, 3 to 5 is more my goal. So, and you say, okay, this is my goal. And if you can reach that, then that makes you feel good. You've accomplished something. You've accomplished what you wanted to accomplish. Also, target follower count numbers. The thing I always tell streamers to do, and Matt and Joe is probably a perfect example of this, never forget how you got to where you are. Meaning, those very first 100 followers that you got is the reason why you're here. That first 50 followers is the reason why you're here now. That first 500, that first 1,000. If you remember how you got to where you are, it will keep you humble and will keep you grounded, because you should cherish every single person. That's because without you guys, we're nothing. We're talking to a camera and no one's listening. So we appreciate you guys. We do. Bottom of our heart, we do. I know Matt and Joe do.
God, yeah. I mean, I think what you said, I preach on all the time, dude. I really preach on all the time, is the goals thing. Matt and I, so the way Matt and I do it is we sit down and we do we have a stream goal. We have a daily goal. We have a weekly goal. We have a monthly goal, and we have a quarterly goal, a yearly goal. We have goals that we consider the short-term goal, the long-term goals. And I know it seems extreme, but you got to have that, right? Like, you got to have something to work toward.
Yep.
Something you're striving after.
Yep.
And I mean, that's exactly what Drunk said. You have to kind of know where you're going. Some people, like, Drunk, Gottini, for example, she streams just for a hobby, So her focus on streaming isn't so much towards she wants, to hit XYZ. But if you're trying, if somebody says, I'm looking for growth, or what I do to measure growth, you obviously are concerned about that. And goals are huge. They really are. So,
I used to categorize goals by follows, but now with the shadow follow system with the phone app, that goes out the window, because I could put down 50 follows and I'll triple that amount on a night.
That's
the rewind?
donation.
Oh wow, nice donation. GG.
Woo,
fast out, nice. Now I go off of subs. That's where I look at. So for me, every 10 subs I do, then that means I do a 24 or 48-hour stream for you guys, in appreciation for doing the number of subs. That's what I do. So you have to have goals. You got to have, just like you said, short-term and long-term goals. Where do you want to see your stream in a year from now? Where do you want to see your stream 3 years from now? Right? Where do you want to see your stream 2 days from now, a month from now, a week from now? Right? You plan out. You have to. It's like work-wise. You sit down. You don't want to keep doing the same job, 9-to-5 job, for 20 years. You want to promote yourself. You want to get promoted and become a CEO one day, whatever. So for streaming wise, you got to do the same thing. You've got to visualize where you're going to be 6 months, a year from now, next TwitchCon, next PAX South, next whatever. You got to throw out, what am I going to accomplish in 2018? What am I going to accomplish the rest of 2017? Right? And you got to plan accordingly. And once you do that, right, and you have the plan set, all right, this is what I want to accomplish. This year I want to get 20,000 followers. I want to get 50,000 followers, right? You got to make the goals reasonable, though. You can't do goals.
Yeah.
You can't do goals that are just unattainable. So
That's
you have
key.
to be smart about it. Yeah, you got to, and if you set the goals where you can attain them, and once you attain them and overachieve, that makes you feel even more better. It makes you feel good personally.
Absolutely.
It gives you that sense of, I accomplished something, which I know this generation has nothing. They know nothing about. But a sense of accomplishment is the biggest thing a streamer can have, because you've reached certain goals that you wanted for yourself, whether it be 100 followers, 500 followers, 1,000 followers, 20 subs, 50 subs, 100 subs, whatever you think you can rationally get, go for it. That will help you grow as a stream. That'll help your confidence. That'll help your positivity. That will help everything in your streaming to make it more a successful stream.
You said something I think it's a really, really important. I think a lot of people make the mistake of, so we say set goals, set little goals, big goals, medium goals. Some people set too big goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that goal, but that's got to be a long-term goal. When we first started streaming, we were used to seeing people put like follower counts in their channel, tonight's follows. And we put up like, when we first started streaming, 20 follows. And it was not going up. And we're like, what the hell's going on? You know? And that was because we just didn't know that was not a goal. It's an achievable goal, absolutely. When we first started out, though, we were looking by what we see other people do, and we're setting our goals based upon other people's goals. And that's not the best way to do that. Hey, good night, Gattini. That's true. My issue that I'm getting over with is setting up the biggest goal I can that will crush you even if you get closer, but you never reach it as quick as you can. I'll be thinning out my list because I don't like all the cursing. As a follower, I've been thinning out my list because I do not like the cursing. So, oh God, Jasmine, please, I'm trying my hardest not to say bad words. I'm trying. Jasmine has to keep me in line. She has to keep me in line. Real quick, and to go back to what Drunk said a few minutes ago, Matt's going to show something real quick.
Uh-oh.
Real quick, guys, hold on. Just hang on one second. Drunk's not gone. That was our first ever sub. So you talked about remembering the people, right?
Oh,
that was 19 days after we started streaming. We set up a game wisp, and because people were telling us to do it, and that was only after a few days of streaming, and that was first ever thing, and we have that. It's a memory. It's something we'll never forget. I'll never forget Krabs Gaming. He's changed his name since then. But it's like Drunk said, you know, we don't forget. We don't forget the follows. There are people that come in here I haven't seen in a long time. One of the most popular questions on Twitch. You remember me? So, PG.
Yep.
Yeah.
The worst thing they ever did on Twitch is allow people to change their names. Oh, I hate that.
That is frustrating.
Oh, I hate that. You remember me? I used to be so and so.
Yeah.
Now I gotta remember a new name.
Anybody got any other questions? Anything else? Drunk, do you have any questions for us? Like anything you wanted to ask us that you always want to know about Matt and Joe? No, we're not lovers, and no, we're not brothers.
I know.
That's the number one question in this channel.
What do you guys plan on doing for your first TwitchCon?
So we decided to go TwitchCon last. Okay, so real quick.
Yeah, I know.
Really condensed. Version. I'll try to give you the really condensed version. We were originally going to TwitchCon at the beginning of the year. We saved up for it. I did save your question, White. I'm gonna talk about that after the Beer Brigade spotlight because it doesn't really pertain to like Drunk, and I don't want to like take over like this thing. So when it came to the TwitchCon, we were gonna go, and we were really excited. We saved up. People donated. We were really excited about going, but my normal job wasn't gonna allow me to go because the month of October is actually the busiest month for us. So we decided not to go. We actually rented an apartment and everything from Airbnb, so we had to cancel it. And all the way up until about a month ago, we weren't going to go. We wanted to go. The moment we went full time, we thought, oh my God, TwitchCon is a must because it's great networking, great to meet people and get to see a lot of viewers. I mean, there are people that have been watching our stream for a year plus, and we're going to get to finally meet them. There are people that we work next to that we're going to finally get to meet. We decided to do...
I can't wait to do that.
We decided... last minute, we had some reasons that reached out to us, and we decided to go ahead and decide to go. And so, unfortunately, most people have like an itinerary set up with it. Honestly, Drunk, Matt and I, we have like a couple appointments with people, like some dinner appointments, stuff like that. But in reality, I'm just going to meet people. I want to go meet some of the people that have said that they're going to see us there. I want to meet some of the casters that we work alongside, and I just want to soak up the experience. You know?
Yeah.
I just want to soak up the experience. That way, if I can come back and someone goes, look, I can't go to TwitchCon, but I'm finally going to go next year. Any tips on things you should do? Hey, this is what we saw. I think we just need that first experience just to kind of get under our belt. What is it like, you know?
That'd be awesome, yeah.
I would love to sit down and have a beer with a lot of people and just bull crap about their channel. People don't understand. I spend a lot of time on people's channels because I love streaming and I love what people do, and I just want to hear more about them. We should rent a whole house with a Beer Brigade next year. We can't even get on a mother trucking server together.
Matt. Poor Matt.
Poor Matt.
But did you say TwitchCon is only for streamers? No. What the heck, man? So TwitchCon is basically industry based. Well, the thing is, there's actually a lot of viewers that go to TwitchCon. It's an opportunity for viewers to go and meet with a lot of people that they
It's like
watch.
the YouTube. It's just like YouTube.
Wait, does YouTube have a con? They've got to, right? Is there a UCon? Wait, UCon.
Yeah, they have a YouTube convention. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I honestly don't even know that, man.
Yeah.
No, it is definitely. Yes, you could go there and insult me personally. That's not how that works. That's you don't go to TwitchCon to insult the people. They don't ever send me anywhere. It's a cool thing. Like, you get to go there and meet a lot of people and see the people that you cast. A lot of like game companies and like companies that support like the Twitch type stuff will be there. There are a lot of like some people just like conventions for like the information. I hate you, Fast Out. Now we'll be dressed as furries, dude. Do you know how hot that would be? We would die. I would die.
No way.
I would totally be a fox.
There is no way.
I would totally be a fox though. Like, not like Foxy, but a fox.
It is too hot.
Hey, I don't want to hear it sexy enough. Okay.
Who knows, Josh? Who knows?
They need an East Coast thing, H quarter, rotate the event every year. I agree, Two Fingers. One of my biggest complaints is that they've only had it in California, but it's only the third one. I still think they're really trying. Oh God, not a furry otter. No.
Furry otter.
No, dude. There's a whole otter thing. I hate otters, and it's become this ridiculous thing in my channel. In fact, Drunk people have subbed to the other channels for the emotes.
Yeah.
Could I get you to jump something? Not a shark, but something cool. I mean, maybe I could probably do some stunts or something. But we're just gonna kind of go to soak it in, man.
Yeah.
We're excited, dude. We're excited about the opportunity. I'm excited that I get to stream. I'm excited about the opportunity we got to meet a lot of people so far. Even though a lot of it's through, like, obviously, you know, the internet.
Otter God. Poor Otter.
I've watched a tremendous amount of your streams, and I've enjoyed them, you know?
Well, thank you.
And it makes you feel like you get to know people. Drunk, remember you took a little hiatus for a little bit.
Yeah, on a couple occasions.
Okay, and so there was one occasion.
That hurt my channel. That hurt my channel big time.
But I was worried about you, right? Like,
well, the worst thing a streamer can do, the very worst thing you can do, I could go on there and just say F you to all my viewers, and that wouldn't be I would never do that, but that would not be
right off the bat.
That would be
so
nowhere near as bad as being gone for a long period of time. I would have been partnered a long time ago via Smite if I didn't have my gallbladder situation where I was out for 6 months.
Oh,
I literally I wasn't out of hey Dwaller, how you doing, bud? I was out of commission for 6 months because I was in so much pain. I didn't eat for 40 days, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks, got my gallbladder removed. I couldn't sit in a chair and be comfortable to be able to stream. And I wasn't. The one thing I will tell you guys out there, and Matt and Joe will agree with you on this to some extent, even though Joe has dragged Matt in front of the camera when he's sick, but do not ever stream unless you are near or at 100%. Don't come with a full baggage of emotions. Don't bring your work to the stream. Don't bring your livelihood to the stream, because no one wants to hear the shit about you and your mom, you and your family, you and your kids, and you and your dog. They don't want to hear that shit. They want to hear you, right? Don't bring your life into the stream unless they ask specifically, right? Don't ever do it. And people do that all the time, and it's just, if you're having a bad day, do you think getting in front of a camera and talking to your streams and having a troll come in there and cause all kinds of havoc is going to make you feel better? Probably not. So don't stream unless you're mentally prepared for it.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. You always hear people say, "Don't bring your problems to work," kind of thing. You know, our stream dynamic is interesting. I have my family's so much involved in our stream. And I worry at times because, like, my kid gets on the channel and he's, like, on here and, you know, I'm like, he's pressing the W key and walking me off a dam. And I'm like, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm still a father, so that kind of gets in the way of it. So we try to make our channel a little bit around it. But you're right, man. You got to be careful with that, right? You know, if you're not feeling a game, or you're not feeling it, bro, that's going to come across your stream. People will know. People will know.
It's a virus. It will affect. It will affect.
Yes, we are, Captain. The big
Dwall Lord. While we got you here, Dwall Lord, You're gonna play with it. I'm gonna start a brand new server on the 24th.
Run, Warlord.
I got a 48-hour stream. I'm gonna get Matt and Joe to play.
We're gonna be on there.
I'm gonna get Rose on there. I'm gonna get Random on there. I'm gonna get Arc on there. We want you too, Dwallord. Why not play along with people who can help your mod, shape it, make it even better? No green screen, Max.
Hey, listen, Drunkenuff's gonna tell you how to make the mod better. I'm just gonna break it for you.
No, we've helped him.
Hang on, Captain Romeo.
We've helped him. What's wrong?
I'm loving War of the Walkers, though. By the way, so let me ask you this. Okay, I mean, you know what, Drunk? I'll ask you this offline. I'm not gonna ask you this on the channel. I don't want to make it public.
No, you can ask. You ask. That's fine.
No. What?
There you go.
Let's make it fair.
Thanks, Malgus.
Dwall's Canadian. He can handle it. He'll apologize for it. Go ahead.
Let's rank your top 3 favorite mods for 7 days. In order. Wall.
Starvation mod. Wall of the Walkers. Val mod.
So what does it say it again?
Starvation mod. War of the Walkers. Val mod.
That order?
Yep. I have no problem saying that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I was curious. I don't have an opinion yet because I've only played a handful of mods, so not yet. But
Malgus, I'm with you, dude.
He had a kid issue. You could see on his face he was concerned how it was affecting his stream. Yeah, Izzy, it comes up, right? Like, I mean, our streams have really, like, you know, has been built around family. More than likely, it's me. It's changing commands and confusing myself. Dude, Malgus, our mod Malgus, he puts in commands. I don't even know they exist, and they're like, I'm like, man, it'd be cool if we had a command like this. Next thing you know, he types in, I go, oh wow.
You know, that's another frustration. That's one of my biggest frustration as a streamer. How my mods, who are savvy enough to ban people or timeout people, are clueless on how to set up certain stuff on the stream. I mean, it's like a 12-year-old. What do I do? How can I do that?
You sound like you have me as a mod.
Wait a minute. Use Google. What? I got to look up shit? What? What? You're asking me to do work?
I can't say anything because I don't know how to put any commands in either. So, listen, I just run my mouth, and then I let Matt do technical stuff, and I let the mods take care of the rest of the channel.
Look at my guys. Josh and 2Cats. Yeah, bitch.
You got called out. Oh, guys, look at this. Honestly, Jenks and Matt are the masters. I deal with these stuff.
Stop you crying, it's a sign of the time.
God, what a killing moment, White Marcella. You gotta train your mods. I try to train them to love me more, but they don't love me. They're actually meaner. Oh God, your mods are gonna take the swords and cut you.
I don't care. I don't half my mods aren't even so.
Honestly, I think that I don't really have anything else. I mean, I gotta admit, man, I really enjoyed it. The biggest thing about it is, like I said, as a streamer, when I came in the 7 Days Live community, you were here. So to me, you were a staple in the community. For me, when I came into this channel, when I came into the community and I saw it, there was this guy that was always on, and we were very honored when we asked you to come on team, and you were willing to accept it, and we really appreciate that. I love having a veteran on there. I love having someone that's not afraid to say what's up and has something. Oh, Jesus! God!
Dang it, Fire Ram.
Fire! You made me say a bad word. Jesus! Come on! So, but I really love that thing, and that just kind of goes to show you the point. Now, Arkham and Drunk, they actually play a lot together, and so you didn't really get to see a lot of diversity. Next week we got up. In the sense of, like, I think that Arkham's not really afraid to kind of tell you how he feels too about stuff.
I'll tell you how it is. I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
I don't care.
And that's an endearing quality. That's honestly an endearing quality. But like next we've got Boondaba, guys, and Boondaba doesn't play a lot of 7 Days to Die. Does a lot of different games, and you guys, some of you may not even really recognize his name too much unless we've hosted him or you go to the channel again. So for us. It was important that we reach outside of just the 7 Days to Die community, and you guys are seeing all these different styles and realize that Twitch is made up of all these different types of people. So again, I can't thank you enough, Drunk, for taking the time.
Yeah.
What we're learning from this, I've enjoyed it so much, like the debating back and forth, the different ideas. We want to do, like, Two Fingers mentioned it earlier, and Two Fingers, I'm sorry I glossed over it and didn't acknowledge it, but I did see it. We are looking into eventually doing, like, once a month a Beer Brigade thing where we have, like, a show where everybody comes on, we do multiple cameras, and we talk about stuff. Maybe pull some clips from the channels, some funny clips.
Oh, you're talking what you do on YouTube, the review, whatever, the review channels, whatever.
Well, I was thinking like we do a game show channels and then live. We put up a bunch of things. We'll have to use like something more advanced. And then, you know, we put up some people on there. We pull up some clips and we talk about the clips of the videos that we've seen. You know,
Sure.
I mean, it's not a pot. We're gonna do it on Twitch. I don't.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just-
Diesel podcast. All right, I'll piggyback on what he said. I used to do them, and I need to get back into it. And I tried to get these guys into it at one point, but it kind of got
Yeah, we were waiting on that.
Timing is just when you try to get 5 to 6 streamers together for something, it's like pulling teeth because everyone's got their times. They want to stream. They don't have time for this. They got work. They got lives. It's painful. And I used to do. I've done a couple of them, and they're on my highlights. And they're on my YouTube, which I'm not worried about my YouTube, but they're on my highlights. And where I had 4 to 5 streamers, where I have a female streamer, I have a partnered streamer, and I have a couple casual streamers. And it's a chance for everyone to ask questions on their perspective on how to stream and so forth. And I get 4, 5, 6 different opinions. So everyone has that, you know, they can ask questions and get several different answers or get the answer they're looking for or get knowledge that, you know, to how to work, you know, how OBS works, how explicit works, how's console work, stuff like that. That gives it's an open avenue on. You can ask the streamer, well, how did you get partnered, or how's it as it being a female streamer? How's it different from, you know, how's it been for you? What's your experiences like, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
and that really helped. We did those, and it's everyone has questions, everyone needs answers, and so it's a great chance it's a great chance to see streamers, you know, talking personally and stuff like that.
Yeah. What happened was we were doing this with Arkham. It was so good, and we were, you know, a lot of the Beer Brigade members were on the channel. They were talking and kind of saying stuff that, like, the members were saying. And I was like, man, you know, someone was like, it'd be great if you guys had a couple people on here. And then Two Fingers tonight was like, what if you had, like, you know, a bunch of people? And I was like, you know, these ideas are fantastic. These are like what we want to do. We want to grow this more. We want you guys to know who the Beer Brigade is and the members, and not just think that it's only 7 Days to Die or that it's only Bearded Guys Gaming. It's not. It is a collective group of streamers that are pretty damn awesome, that we all know a little bit about each other's channels. We all know a little bit about each other, and it's a safe place to go on Twitch. And that's what we want to do. And, you know, I think we have an outlet and a platform to be able to do that, and we can make it enjoyable and
Sure.
coordinate it. Like Drunk said, a lot like I was saying about coordinating a massive server play is the coordination of people is one of the problems. So we'll work on it. But again, it goes to scheduling, right? We schedule it ahead of time. We ask people. We've got people booked for the Beer Brigade Spotlight all the way up until December right now. So we have something for all those time periods, and we're very excited about it.
Yep.
So again, Drunk, thank you very much from the bottom of our heart for coming on today and hanging out. We're going to make a video of this, guys, a YouTube video. That way you can pass it around. Do us a favor. Go in there. Get some beer tugs, okay? Go hang out with Drunk, please. On the 24th, we're going to talk to Drunk offline about it. On 24th, we'll be doing a thing. I imagine it'll be more. You know, you're going to have it up for a couple days, though. I mean, you're going to have a server up for a little bit, right?
Well, no, we'll start fresh on the 24th.
On the 24th, we'll start fresh, but you're going to have it up after that for a little bit, right?
Right.
Because I already know what I'm going to build. I know what we're going to build. I'll give you a clue. No, just saying. So we'll be doing a thing on the 24th with Drunk. Really excited about that, guys. It'll be his baby. He'll be leading that thing. We are honored to be on there to play with him. So, but thank you, Matt. You got anything?
Nope.
You're this guy over here. So,
This guy.
Thank you for running around and driving a mini bike all day. I know that only a few streamers are capable of doing that without wanting to bash their heads into a wall. So,
What is up with you and the green screen?
because it keeps pushing on my chair and it's bothering me. Can you see it when I do that?
Yeah. I do have a question. I do have a question for both y'all.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to hear it after this.
Hang on.
Hold on.
Hang on a second.
We're not ending the stream, by the way, guys. We have to do a
We still
giveaway.
have giveaways to do.
We have to do
guys.
giveaways for the fun pimps, so we're not ending the stream. So hang tight. Let me see. What do you got for me?
How long do you plan on growing your beards, both y'all?
I have no limit as of right now. That makes sense. I've never had the opportunity with no restrictions, so I have no limit. So as of right now, if it gets down to here, honestly, as long as my wife will allow it, that's probably the appropriate answer. Right. That's the appropriate answer.
And unfortunately, mine I think has reached its limit. Unfortunately.
Well, but your beard looks good though.
Or
what's that?
Is that because of genes, or is that because of?
Yeah, I mean I don't know if it's because of genes or because I have a testosterone issue, like me personally. I have low testosterone.
Yeah.
So he thinks that might play a factor.
Like I don't like
because his beard's what 2 years. Right?
I've been growing this beard for like my beard itself is like roughly like 2 years old now. Like I go and get I get it trimmed but not like I don't get like anything like cut off.
Yeah.
Like I get like just get it like where like it flattened like at the bottom.
So you're saying this affects your sex life because of testosterone?
No. I mean not like that, but like
the longer
beard gets some more action. Are you kidding me?
Or what?
No. It's just like just because of like because I have low testosterone, like I just like my beard doesn't grow. It's just reached the point.
Things just got weird.
It's just like my beard has reached a point like it just won't grow anymore.
Yeah, like my beard grows pretty quickly. Now I don't know the limit of where it grows to, so I'm just gonna keep growing mine out. I'll keep mine trimmed on the sides and kind of keep it boxed in. I like that kind of look of it. But I do want to grow it as far as I can. I got a daughter; she wants to braid it. It'd be a lot of fun. I don't know. It may look terrible. It may get down to here and I'm like, that looks like crap. I may not keep that. But dude, I you know what's weird though? Matt's hard on himself. He's like, my beard's not growing. It's not as good. Dude.
Okay.
I love your beard, and I don't think I can imagine you with a clean face again anymore.
All right. When are you going to go full white?
Listen, as long as I can hold on to this black, I will, okay?
Come to the dark side.
Bro.
Let it go. You already let it go on top.
The white
you already let it go on top, so just let it go on the beard. Let it go, man. Let it go.
We streamed, and my beard looked like it did, right? Then all of a sudden we got lights, and I turned the lights on. Dear God. I was like, has my beard always had this much white in my beard? And Matt goes, yeah. I go, what? I thought the lights were making my beard. I think the lights are drying out my beard color, pigmentation, and it's coming out.
I think a good challenge for your channel is let them bet when your beard becomes full white.
Dude, no, that is a terrible idea. Look at my beard. I don't want it to be all white. I don't think I'll look good all white.
We use beard products. I mean, it's not like we don't use stuff in it. I mean, we use beard products.
No, Chud, we
I get Santa comments. Wait till you go full white. Oh my God, Santa.
When did you go full white?
Well, it's blonde, not so much full white, but it's there. It's there.
When did it start turning white for you?
When I was 39, 40.
Man, mine's God. The problem is the white hair. So when we dye our beards, we do a little spray in for our beards. The white hairs are because the color sticks in it. I went to work the next day after Easter and had to tell the people at work when I washed my beard out, but I still had the white colors were like pink and purple. The guy goes, "You got pink and purple in your beard?" And I go, yeah, my daughter, Easter. She thought it'd be funny. I had to pretend that my daughter painted my beard for Easter. Yes-year-old. You take over the Santa Claus route when the drunk retires.
Funniest question I've gotten all week. Why do all 7 days to die streamers have beards? And why are they all men with beards? I'm like,
it is very common. I don't know if you think about it. Aside from CB, all of us have beards. No, there's a lot that don't, but it is unreal the amount of people that have beards, isn't it? Like, isn't it strange?
Kismet doesn't have one. Kismet doesn't have one either. But Bandlitz has got one. Tex Cubs got his. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know.
Beard it represents wisdom.
I do it because I'm pretty hipster and I want to, I'm pretty hipster. I try to be trendy. And have
you noticed this? Oh no. If you've watched I'm noticing more and more and more streamers doing these fake wig beards. Have you noticed that?
Fake wig beards?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of streamers now getting these fake wig beards to wear while they're streaming. I'm like, what? It's blatantly obvious. They got the like little crinkled up white beard or black beard they put on.
I mean, you're talking about the beard is fake.
Yeah, the fake beards. Fake beards.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, guys, I am more of the, old school of.
There you go. Captain Romeo's seen it too. Yeah.
I am of the old school of, be happy with who you are and be good in your skin. Don't have fake stuff.
Right.
Be comfortable with no beard. Be comfortable if you're bald.
Be who you are. Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's another thing that a lot of streamers are guilty of, and that's one of the things that will get you so butthurt is be who you are. Don't try to be somebody else, because that will be tiresome. And when you do get out of that phase and you go back to the way who you really are, you're going to look like a sellout or someone that was a faker. And I've seen too many people try to be somebody who they're not, and it's horrible.
Yeah, I think that, and on a serious topic, like what you said is true. I think a lot of people try to mimic another style, and I think it's really about taking your style and finding what's unique about you and living that way and like doing it that way. It's great to see a channel, admire it, model after it, find something that you think works well. But I think what's important is you have to like really keep your identity and be unique to yourself, right? It's important not to lose yourself in this whole big Twitch thing. You know what I mean? So look at Josh. Dude, how long is your hair?
Look at that.
How long is your hair?
Mine?
Yeah.
It's pretty long. I need to shave it. I'm gonna go bald again.
Dude, I am so.
There was a time when I streamed with a long ass ponytail halfway down my back.
Dude,
Are you jealous, Joe? Are you jealous?
No, look at my hair. My
are you
hair
jealous?
is amazing.
Are you jealous that I got hair, Joe?
No, are you jealous of my hairline? My hair is amazing. I feel very comfortable. I look like Michael Moore. I do look like Michael Moore with a hat on. I do look like Michael Moore with a hat on, guys.
He's jealous that I'm growing my hair out.
Let's go, Cubbies.
Let it grow? No, I don't want to. I don't know if I want to grow into a.
Matt said we told Matt to do his for. Somebody was talking about charity one day, so we.
I'm
decided
growing
to grow
mine
it
out for charity.
I had a long. What, you going to give your hair away?
Yeah, he's gonna do his hair donation, and I was gonna do mine, but they won't take it if it's just growing off the side of your head. And I was like, look, don't be beggars, don't be choosy. Let me donate what I can donate. So, but
I mean, I've got like 3 years to go, but
God, I feel like we're better off just donating money, not the hair. That's a lot of work, man. Just go back bald. I kind of miss you bald.
Joe, do you see those stress lines on Matt's forehead? Is that because of you?
That's the hat. I don't have stress lines. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good still.
Yeah, Malgus, I think he said
I'm almost to the point of getting the man bun going.
Didn't you say that after you're done? Are you gonna keep it? Are you gonna go back bald?
Yeah.
It's not okay. It's not grown onto you to the point that you don't feel like you wanna.
Not yet.
You wanna keep it.
Not yet.
All right.
Well, the problem is when you cut it, you're gonna start over. So it's like you want to go.
I may stick with like the Vikings look for a little bit.
When you look at Matt, do you get jealous of the hair?
I may keep like the top for a little bit.
Every stream.
I may keep the top for a little bit. And like shave the sides.
Yeah, I think Matt should go mullet in honor of the hockey.
Dude,
I've kind of got like a little mullet right now.
He does have a mullet. He looks ridiculous. He looks more ridiculous when he comes over after like fluffing it up, like it's all poofed out.
Diesel?
Like when I don't like wear a hat, it's all like.
Your wife took your beard while you were sleeping? Oh, dude, that's betrayal.
Oh my God, Diesel, that's terrible. Yeah, that's
betrayal. That's
grounds for dismissal there.
Yeah,
that's grounds for divorce.
Like when I
grow long enough to braid into your beard, dude. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I've had people ask me to braid mine.
That would be really cool. That's what I want to do with my beard. Is I've been able to braid it before. I had it long enough. I was able to braid it before a little bit, but not like I want to. So again, Drunk, thank you very much, dude, for coming on, bro. Seriously, it was a lot of fun. This is gonna be something that you're gonna see us probably do a little bit more, or like try to make happen. So again, I cannot thank you enough, guys. Go make sure you go to twitch.tv/Drunkenuff.
I hope I was helpful.
Dude, very informative.
Drunk. It was
very
a wonderful,
and
wonderful.
very good, man. Seriously, I much love, dude. Much love, much respect. Make sure you guys check him out. And we're not going anywhere. We're gonna end the Skype call.
If you guys want to hang out, if everybody just wants to hang out, because I know Drunk's getting ready to stream now.
Yep.
If everybody just wants to hang out we'll be ending in the next like 10 minutes.
Yep.
But
we're gonna do a couple giveaways real quick.
We're doing
first.
2 giveaways for 2 PC codes for 7 Days to Die. So if everybody just wants to hang out for a couple minutes after we end this call, do the 2 giveaways, and then y'all can go do whatever. So after we end the call, y'all can hang out and chat, and we'll do these giveaways before y'all run off. That way,
good luck with giveaways.
Give you guys some codes or whatever.
Sweet.
All right, brother. Well, thank you again. Okay, much love, and we'll have the YouTube video up. We'll talk to you off the stream, dude.
All right, bud. Take care, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Drunk.
You bet.
Bye.
Bye-bye.